in the last session, the group had essentially discussed. No, it's not a greasy one.
Ooh.
That's it's just in a plastic bag.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry.
it's in like a fucked up plastic bag. Anyways, kind of weird. I'm already getting derailed.
Noise.
That's my bad. So I already sent them a message individually, but by golly, we will do this mission regardless. The show must go on. So the party. I don't know if somebody wants to do the recap. Does anybody want to do the recap? Otherwise, I'm just gonna do it.
Man, fine.
Oh, go ahead.
Let's see. This is Aerith. This is not Darksun. Thank you, one note. That makes a significant difference.
Let's see. I have. We went to Rams. No, wait. Maybe that's a bit too far. Oh, we had Nadia, who got brought to the Night Runners pub, known as the Legless Kank. It is a tavern filled with elves. Lo had a business opportunity, and had a problem with Alec, which is basically Alec's gonna get killed unless we steal from the Templars. We have to kidnap a Quadlu and then make sure it looks like another noble house stole it, because they are rival ale sellers. And we went through a dungeon. That's about much I have. Sorry.
Yeah, Sea Dink Slayer.
Yeah.
So just to recap what you mentioned, yep, you went into a deal with Lo based on some initial distrust of Templar in his ranks, but he's willing to take on the Templar so long as the Templar is willing to do a job for him. The job entails taking a Krodlu that was won in an auction from Grigori Yanov of House Yanov, and transporting it into a stables that belongs to House Langston to make it look like they stole it. And while okay, I'm gonna use my brain here. While Laliana was scouting out Grigori's estate, you guys went out to the desert to retrace your steps to find the silt runners that had assaulted you, and you found it goes back to a lair, Sea Dink's lair, and you were able to slay all the silt runners that were there, and also get a hold of some strange broken crystal that was left over that needs some research and understanding what kind of divination channels were attached to it, because there was two different, I think, or there was something about it that was interesting.
It was recently broken.
Yeah, it was recently, and I think I gave away that it was even intentionally broken.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see we've got Nadia. Hey, Lexi.
Hello.
Lexi!
And so we got 4 now. I don't know if Kelrona will join us or not. He's not responding. No big deal. We'll keep playing anyways. So you guys were, I think, still in Sea Dink's lair, but it has been emptied of silt runners at this point. What do you guys do?
I think we were about to leave this place.
Okay.
I mean,
Did you all want to kind of lick our wounds here in case there's any other traps on the way back out, in case we missed any?
yeah, I think I would appreciate that. I'm not in the best condition to go walking, but yeah, sure. Let's just. We should just like take a look on our bird, Francesca, right?
Oh
She's-
yes,
Francesca.
I I'm not gonna pronounce that right anytime soon. So
Francesca.
Francesca. Okay, never mind. So yeah,
Actually, you're right. We should probably keep an eye on her. Um,
But
I'm willing to head out.
I would recommend someone else going up front because I'm not in a good shape right now.
Oh, also, make sure that the music is easy to hear, but doesn't like overbear anybody's voice chat.
Okay.
I'll take lead on the way out.
Okay. And so, and I'm not gonna take a million years to backtrack unless there's something important, but you essentially come down the long steps or long ladder, go through the sort of archery turret area, go up the ladder where there was the ceiling trap, and then come out to the desert. And you come out to the desert. It's at this point about nighttime. Well, not nighttime. I think it's like late afternoon. And there's like dwarves here and shit, but this is just a general desert map to give you a particular feeling.
Right. Is Francesca alive and well? Hale and hearty?
She is.
Hardy.
She's looking all right. Party as ever.
Good.
Not fried chicken, right? Okay.
Not fried chicken. She's
Nice.
under a. Wow, I'm really not gonna be able to use words today. I guess she's over under an overhang.
Mm.
Sort of shaded part. See how the map has like a shaded part near the cave?
Mhm.
She's under that, and that's why she didn't die.
I'm gonna pick up some rations and water for her. I just served her and for myself because I don't want to die.
All right. And you guys
Well-
are essentially free to travel back to Rom.
If you guys want to take a short rest, then I'll keep watch if you guys want. So, pretty good.
Yeah, during a short rest, everybody can watch since you don't have to go to sleep.
Okay.
But if you want to like kind of watch a particular direction, just let me know.
I didn't really get hit that much last time, so if you want Helios, I could take the first one so that you could rest up in case your
That's
health
just
is low.
a short rest, I think.
Okay.
I don't think we're taking a long one.
All right. I burned my hit dice and my lay on hands on myself to get myself up to 10 points. No, up 10 points, and now I'm at 14, so I'm not half death.
Sweet.
Sweet. Okay.
I'm going to use my arcane recovery too and just recover a spell slot.
Also,
All right.
I'm also gonna use my hit dice.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll those up. And just apply that change to your HP. I trust you.
I only had to burn one.
I'll burn you all. I mean,
Encouraging.
The desert is burning. What are you talking about?
I'm assuming you're just hanging out underneath the overpass, the overhang. Plus, with it being late afternoon, well, late afternoon is actually probably when it gets hottest. But if you're under the overhang and not in the underneath the sun itself, then you're okay. I'm gonna delete these doors. Bye, doors. You've been deleted. And the silt runners are still out here, but they look like they've been picked fairly clean of meat since the time that you were last here, which has been like a couple days. It looks like the scarabs and Castrakel have picked this place pretty damn clean, and now they're just got these bones that are left over that are starting to bleach white. Hey Rona.
Hey.
dang.
You didn't miss
Sorry
too
about
much.
that.
And your rest goes by unaffected.
So
Rona,
Rona,
you're able to benefit from a short rest. Go ahead and apply any hit dice you want to.
Okay.
that's what I was gonna say. All good.
Do that.
What time of the day is it right now?
Late afternoon.
Ooh.
We'll probably make it back to the city,
Yeah.
to the city before the nighttime if we were to leave now. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's get rolling then. Shouldn't be too hard to go back now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so you'll travel back. It takes, I think, a few hours. And you can tell me, what kind of travel you're doing. A fast travel, or you're just trying to hurry up and go home, or if you're taking it slow and stealthy. You don't think anything this close to town is particularly dangerous, although I guess the silt runners have proven that otherwise. But you look like you've killed just about all except seeding.
I think we can just head back quickly.
Let's take a quick stroll. Should be fine.
Okay. So instead of like say 3 or 4 hours, you get there in about roughly 2, at a hurried pace, without any why not? Why not just roll a dice? You know?
Oof. Oof. You said that right after you say that we should be fine.
Oh,
It's
that's
not an extreme roll, one way or the other. It's close to an extreme roll. I would just say off in the distance you hear this sort of guttural howl. You do a nature check.
Oh boy, everyone?
Yeah, anybody can do a nature check.
Yeah.
Nice nature check.
This will be fine.
Ouch.
My favorite number.
Nadia. I always give it to the top person, but Alec,
Ooh.
even Ostos, you would kind of know this, but Nadia perhaps even encountered, I'd say from a distance, you didn't really encounter her, or you'd be dead. The guttural roar of a bone claw. Bone claws are basically massive hulking beasts, about the size of a T-Rex, covered in like plate on their body, and they're sort of like they're one of the apex predators, of the desert. And so you kind of hear the little guttural, it carries in a way that Nadia, and probably Alec too, you can tell that it's probably like miles away, but their voice carries quite a distance.
Okay.
It's sort of territorial, I'm full, stay away from me kind of noise that they make.
I'm gonna let the party know what I know of them.
Okay. And it's
Don't
coming
worry.
from the north. So it's actually in the direction you're going away from,
Okay.
which is
Alright.
a good deal.
Yeah.
But now you know that there are bone claw to the north.
I'm feeling energetic all of a sudden, guys. How about we take a break?
Yeah, that's our cue. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Here, I'll find you a picture of a bone claw.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, they're only like a lot of this Dark Sun art is only black and white from like the second edition version before they got Braum to do some of this art. The picture I'm sending to notes to players is what's called a lesser bone claw. It's the little ones. And
The little ones.
the little one. So the one that's hanging over the elf, that's a lesser bone claw. And the one next to him is a baby. That's a like hatchling.
I hate to be that player, but aw, it's kind of cute as a baby.
Oh, the hatchling's adorable. Yeah, looks kind of like a what is that Pokemon? Bone.
Oh, Cubone.
Cubio.
Cubone. Yeah. The one ahead though is pretty sizable. But that's a lesser bone claw. I actually don't have a proper picture a real bone claw, but just kind of apply that look to T-Rex proportions.
Only mildly terrifying.
Yeah.
Mildly.
So you're heading back to Rom,
The
and
arc player in me is just going, I want to take.
Right?
I'm just actually, it's funny because I'm just imagining my character watching the bone claw leave and be like, "Someday I will hunt you."
oh yeah, it's a goal that you can meet. Maybe not right away, but someday.
I mean, I could
Why
just go
don't you-
charging after it right now, cause a TPK.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
It would
hunting
be-
you
it
is
would be a
necessarily
glorious
what would
death.
happen, but
People would talk of your something for days, days at a time.
Remember those crazy people that went chasing after an adult bone claw?
Yeah, yeah, man. Wish we could have seen that mess. Something like that.
Yeah.
So I've got a ROM map, but like ROM is not documented. Well. That's just the
The bot.
ROM is not really like if you can find a higher res. Well, actually, don't go looking because you might get spoilers. My timeline in Dark Sun is actually. I'm not on the current timeline. I'm actually in the past timeline, or you guys are, I should say. So if you go looking up stuff like this, you can spoil things majorly for yourself, and it wouldn't be fun. Like you wouldn't gain anything out of it, and you would ruin the game for like months or years to come. So so don't do that. Don't go looking up Dark Sun lore. You'll just ruin it for yourself.
I mean, I was just gonna
although-
look up stuff about bone claws, but then I was realizing that'll be metagaming or something.
Well, the stats aren't out either.
Oh, never mind.
So yeah, there's no 5th edition conversion for Dark Sun. There's some second edition and some 4th edition stuff, but like they don't even agree with each other. So it's no
Oh.
telling which one you've got that's right. And then also I change Dark Sun sometimes. So good luck with that. But you eventually come back to Rom, and you get this really shitty map. But I'll allow you to put your own, marks on it. Put your own labels and stuff on it. But that's basically what you're gonna get, because
Ooh, that's a bit big.
it's all fucked.
Can't make
And-
a word out of it, but
What do you do here in Rom?
Let's see.
all right. So
Stable Francesca.
Also, Heatherly, if you don't mind turning on the OBS if you haven't already.
Oh, I already have. Don't worry.
Awesome, thank you.
I did.
You're the best.
Yeah, I did accidentally have Roll20 unmuted, muted, so I didn't realize that. That's terrible.
That's okay. The real meat of the game is just starting now. So beautiful text.
Cool.
You
Now
got
I
there.
can't delete it. I'm just gonna. There you
Um,
go. It's off the map. It's not there anymore.
But here, I'll put this as the map layer. I'm going to turn the grid off so that it doesn't sully the look. And then I'm going to draw some freehand here. Yep. So what you have effectively here is the low quarter. I'm going to use some darker text here. So what you have here is essentially the low quarter, and it's spelled after the elf called Low. So there's an E on the end of it, kind of like the shop called Lowe's. It's a person's name. And then this ring here constitutes two different sections of what's called the official quarter. Okay. and I will show that as red. This line. There's the upper official, and there's the lower official. The upper is a little bit higher class, and the lower one's a bit lower class. The lower class one is where Grigori is. So Grigori might be, like, let's say, here. Now, over here, this border here is the coins.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at the map.
Yeah, that's fine. So the coins is accessible by the upper lower officials, as well as a place called the Ascetic Row. The Ascetic Row. Oh God, I don't know how to. I could type it, but I like it better to write it.
To undo, you just do Control Z.
Yeah, I control Z'd it.
Oh.
Yeah. So the Ascetic Row is a place for like the sort of elite psionicists.
Ah.
And then finally, you have what color shall I use? I'm gonna use purple.
Yes.
The Templar district.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's like, yay, purple. Oh, Templars.
Yep.
That's where mom lives, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's say your mom lives right over here. Okay.
Tell it to everyone.
This is the point of interest. Your mom's living over there.
That's the crossroads of a T section.
And at the low quarter, just for the fun of it, low exists right about here. In the dead center of low. We'll say that's where the legless kank is. By the way, legless is another. It's slang for being so drunk that your legs are kind of falling out from under you. So it's a double meaning.
Nice.
I'm legless, mate. So you can say that when you're pretty fucked. We'll say the green spot. I'm gonna kind of overlay the blue that they put is kind of the headquarters for House Langston. And I'm gonna show pink for it's supposed to be. You can see that they try to make it like here, but I don't like it being there because it makes no sense that it's next to the coins. So I'm gonna say that the ghost city is here.
Is it haunted? Would we know that?
No, ghost is how you address an elf without a clan. They're considered dead.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So those are where the poorest elves are. It's basically crematoriums and brothels.
Mm-hmm.
It's a real nasty place.
Ooh, brothels.
Yeah. So they're untouchables except for the ones that are very touchables. Depending on if you want very questionable. Well, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So
Leave it to the imagination.
yeah, leave it to the imagination. And then here in yellow is the Queen's Hill. And this is where Abalashe Ray resides.
Yeah.
And it's very green over there. Beautiful. Has a palace a palace / harem where she resides, as well as a mausoleum of all her dead husbands.
Yeah. Wait a
for which
minute.
there are like countless. Okay, so that's Rom. Hopefully that makes it. You're gonna be here a little while, so it's good to know your city. All right.
Thank you very much for the details.
So, how do you guys conduct yourselves here?
So, Who do we have to
That
rob
one,
again?
that one is higher res, Calrona, but at this point I've drawn so much on this map
Yeah.
that I appreciate it, but and I might even keep this for another time. I had a
No
high res
worries.
version one point, and I printed it for my other Dark Sun campaign, but I didn't want to fidget with it so long. I appreciate it though. Thank you.
No worries. I was looking at it and I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I know that map.
Yeah, but I don't totally agree with like everything on the
Yeah.
typing, so I think it's actually better this way. This will be our ROM map, let's say. Okay, so what do you guys do with this? Where do you guys go? Tomorrow is going to be when Grigori is out of his estate.
Tomorrow
You
already?
can go during the day or the night, but chances are when you hear from Laliana later tonight, it'll be clear, or you'll have made a clear decision if you want to go during the day or the night.
So, TM, as
Mhm.
an alchemist, could this might be a little out of the bounds of my character's known creativity, but could I put something together that would essentially kind of be like a little bit of a smoke grenade?
Ooh.
Smoke grenades are like there's an example of a smoke grenade item.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. While I'm looking at that, anybody else doing something so that we're not held up by my own search?
Let's try to get some rest while waiting for Oladiana, right? I mean, let's go to the Laos Tavern or something.
You want to go to the Legless or the Bronze Jakar?
I actually don't want to go to the Legless, but
Okay.
As
And we'll say the Legless is while we're still doing drawings. The Legless is a little closer to or I'm sorry, the Legless is up in the right underneath the low quarter, and this is the oh god, it's called BJ's.
Lovely.
That's all right.
excellent.
Also,
The
fun
Bronze Jakar
fact.
is over there.
Yeah. Also, I was gonna say, fun fact: the yellow dinosaur from the Barney TV show, his name was BJ.
Cool. I mean, there's a where I live. There's a B&J's. It's a pizza place, so it's not so vulgar in my mind. But because the meaning's kind of been taken out of it. But anyways, there's where the Bronze Jakar is. Is that where you guys want to go?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, but
Rosa
also,
Castle sounds better.
Yeah.
wherever I can also put up Francesca.
Pretty much any time I get like a couple people agreeing or saying they're gonna do something, I'm just gonna take it. People. That way we kind of move along. We're not caught in indecision land.
Well, I didn't want to separate from the party, but I actually wanted to go to the other one.
How about me and Lexi go to the other one, and they can go to BJ's?
Sure, that's fine. So we'll conduct what's going on in the Bronze Jakars first, and then we'll do what happens in Low second. Although you'll probably want to all be together in the Bronze Jakar late tonight, where you agreed to see Laliana.
Yeah.
So sorry about BJ's.
Yeah, B&J's. You know what? Fuck it. I'm erasing
I'm so
BJ's,
sorry.
and because you guys are just having too much of a go at it.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I have like a
fuck
mind
all
of a
y'all.
12-year-old. 12-year-old. Sorry.
You can call it the Bronze. I don't care. You can call it the Bronze Jakar, but I wrote Bronze on there. All right. So you have the Bronze Jakar. Let me pull the map for that. At least some of you are at the Bronze Jakar. You can arrange yourselves as you wish. And are you just trying to grab some drinks?
Yeah, sure.
Metri, I believe she was a half-elven woman, greets you and says, "Hi, can I get you a jug?"
Yes, please. We'll have. Who else is with me? Hostels
wait.
and
I'm already here.
Misty. Hey, you're here.
Yeah,
yeah.
just pull yourselves out of here if you're not. I'm gonna pull Nadia out.
A bunch of food
And
and a
Jenya.
jar for.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
why I put mine over there. But I'll put her.
Yeah.
overnight.
Scump
Wasn't it
yourselves in the market for now. Oh
What is the
god,
name
now
of
there's
the
two of you.
thing? What is the name of the
I'll
thing
just
that,
reveal
that you
one of you.
just...
The beer,
Broy, I know.
Broy.
The jar. Right,
Broy
so-
is basically Kank Nectar Ale. Um,
Isn't there like a bottle option? Pick it up.
like a bottle of wine.
you mean a pitcher?
Yeah, pitcher. Yes.
Yeah, she's
Pitcher
offering.
for it.
She's offering. I think I said a jug, but a pitcher. They're one and the same.
So how much for that again? I'm sorry.
If it was for, say, 4 or 5 people, it is 2 bits.
Would go for 3 people. So
Okay. She can offer you individual mugs.
okay, just
Or, like-
pick it up for 5, 6 people. That's fine. I
You
pay
could
2
just
bits.
you could just drink all the way through the night. In this
Yeah,
case.
I'm gonna do it.
All right,
because
so for a couple bits, you can get the whole damn jug and just really have a go. But yeah, individual ones are like you can buy 2 for a bit, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper if you get the whole jug full.
On the trip back, I just cut out from my rations that I leave on Francesca to 1 of food, 1 of water. So typing it out, just have it done.
Okay, just remove 2 bits or whatever, however it is you do it. And yeah, if you got, I said it's for 5 people, so you can fill your water skin with broy at the end of this
Okay,
for another time.
awesome.
Okay, and 2 people can do that, given how much you have left over. And is there anything specific you can discuss here? I'm gonna just shut up to facilitate RP.
So, Bastos, tomorrow is a big day. So how do you think we should proceed?
Well, I'd love to avoid as much as possible any conflict, but if there are hired guards there, then we might. I don't know. I could try to distract some of them. I have a good idea, but it would probably only be a couple people.
So everything helps at this point, I suppose. Still, Mhm.
You guys can go up into the coins district, right?
I think we can, right?
Yeah,
Why?
both you and I can, no problem.
Yeah. What if you went and I don't want to say borrowed. What if you went and borrowed some of the clothes that the like staff and slaves at the target's mansion wear, so we have disguises?
Just because we can go in the coins district doesn't mean that we can go towards that mansion. That's kind of like a very, very, very private property with angry men there.
Okay, but surely you can find they have to leave the mansion, right? The staff does, to do shopping in the market and get fresh produce for the kitchens. What if you found one of the staff members while they were out and about and bribed them for the clothes?
That could possibly work, yes. But how would you work with that? I don't think any of them are going to quite fit you.
So I'll just...
Or actually, the Nadia as well, and Jenny. I'm not sure if they would have any for them per se of that type.
Well, they can just wear normal clothes and hide their faces under hoods.
And their tails.
They can keep those, like, tight against their body.
Eesh.
Those who wear robes, simple robes, can hide their tails.
Okay.
It would, it could be like a bit for a typical robe, like just a linen burlap kind of style robe. If that's your aim, if you keep your tail coiled, would keep your tail disguised, and you can get a hood. For if you got the robe, the hood would basically be covered in cost of the robe as well, and that would keep your face disguised.
I also think that the idea of using a disguise is a better option because that was not my forte. And if we need to make a distraction and just talk them out of something, I can always try to persuade them all of this, but still,
So
it's gonna be complicated.
I'll help with some stuff that y'all already know, so
Mhm.
it's not like too much. But wearing a hood and a silt mask is a common thing to do to keep your identity hidden. It does make you look conspicuous when you're out and about, unless there's an actual silt storm going on. A silt mask basically is a mask you wear when there's a silt storm coming or current. It basically keeps you from drowning in silt in the air.
Hmm.
A silt storm is basically a dust storm, but silt is very light and airy, and you can really choke on it.
Dark. Okay.
Bastos, do you have any
You should.
way of simulating
It'd be advisable to invest in a silt mask, regardless.
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
do you have any way of simulating, if needs to be, with your alchemical stuff? Can you try to do something quite like a storm in the area or something? Just it doesn't need to be an actual storm, but something that would looks like it.
That's that's a little beyond alchemy.
Oh,
For me at
uh,
least, right now.
okay, okay. This is an idea, a stupid idea, but yeah, we should try to cover our faces with a disguise or something, or just silk mask at the least, to make ourselves less recognizable.
A helio.
Yeah.
I will allow the creation of a smoke powder, but it is smoke powder is kind of the item we're talking about. Actually, wait, that's an explosive. Um, never mind that. There must be.
Too late. You already said it.
It's already done.
No retconning.
I know that there's something that produces smoke. But
It can, in the meantime, it can be known as chemical or mixture X, if you want to rename it later.
Yeah, well, smoke powder is going to be named something else because it's not going to. To me, smoke powder makes smoke, not fucking explodes. So we can call it smoke powder, but it's on par in terms of rarity as a potion of healing. Actually, I think a regular potion of healing is common. So this is going to be. It's going to be a little bit expensive to make, but or not expensive to make, but to find the ingredients, you got to go find some proper herbs and stuff. So it would take you some time.
Taking the rest of the day, per se.
Yeah.
Um,
It might take more. What I'm afraid of is like you get a month and then you just say I'm going to do this all day, and it's like, well, now I have 30, and it's
All
like,
right,
well,
yeah.
no, you definitely don't. So I have to kind of.
I totally get that.
I'm gonna play it by ear. I would say the rules are going to be arbitrary. To what I feel alchemists should give you. There's like no rules underlying, and I'm just going to occasionally give you opportunities to produce stuff when I feel it's fit. Because if I actually set any ground rules, it's gonna bite me in the ass later.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I mean, there could always be a shortage in case, I'm not the type to do that, but hypothetically, if it were, there could be a shortage of materials, so that,
Yeah.
you could
So
say that to me.
every scenario will be case by case, and
Mhm.
the way that you can do things is if when I will say stuff like there's downtime, because the way I handle it is if you have things like alchemy or weaving or any other skill set like that, um, you can build and utilize it during downtime. But if you're adventuring or doing things throughout the day, it's usually a no, almost always a no. So usually I'll sprinkle downtime in between, and that's when you're meant to take advantage of these skill sets.
But I can certainly try.
Yeah.
In this case, or
I will say if you
if,
are going at night tomorrow for Gory's Mansion, you have some time to look for ingredients and make a smoke powder, but I will definitely leave that to rolls at your level. The DC will be a little high.
that's fine, perfectly fine.
Okay.
Um, cool. And I totally understand about not being too solid about it for now.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is so dangerous. Any kind of economy stuff, I usually do arbitrary.
So good. Well, I actually do like. I really do like your idea, Beastie. Perhaps one of us can have a large satchel that you could ride in. But that actually is a pretty good idea. If we can catch them during the day tomorrow, perhaps ask them to, if you really like their clothes and would like to purchase some, here's an exorbitant amount. I might be busy for the day, though. If you could take care of that, Alec, by chance, or unless you had something else in mind.
Yes. You say pick up the disguises if you can. Sure. I will try. Is that it? Oh.
Yes. Ooh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Gungash has your jockey pies.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you very much.
He sits the pies made of jakar meat and breading and stuff down. Kind of slams it down, but not really in a way that it's just his size. You know, there looks like there's cracks all over the plates already, and Metri's watching on as if she's trying to train him how to be a proper waiter, and she's wincing throughout the whole experience.
give him a enthusiastic thumbs up. Thanks. Excellent job.
Yeah, good job, big guy. Thank you.
Gungash's good job. 2 bits.
I'll give him 2 bits.
He looks at the 2 bits and says,
Is this 2?
Yes.
I look at us as I just nod. Just
"Yeah."
yeah.
He slowly makes
Shrug.
use of his 2 fingers, and says,
Yes. This is 2.
and then he walks away, looking quite proud of himself.
Precious.
Pasty is very proud of Golgi.
Mm-hmm.
You did great, I suppose. A bit scary, but yeah, sure. So, Missy, you have to pick up some stuff. Can we do like that in the morning, or shall we try to do it now? I don't think now it's possible. It's kind of late.
Might be some late night errands.
All right, we're gonna switch over to other chat you can have. You can have in the chat. We're gonna switch over to Lowe's legless kank.
Cool. So we were heading over there. And I don't know if you were reading the chat, but I was wondering, because I know, like, obviously I can't get, like, a sleeping potion, but would there be a place to get, like, I don't know, because my idea is that instead of us killing a whole bunch of guards and random people, if we do that, my idea is to drug them with a sleeping herb of some kind. Is there a way to get something like that?
Yeah, y'all are asking for some high-level items.
I'm sorry.
I'm-
Here I was
Like,
thinking
y'all
like
are asking
sleeping
for like
weed is
magical
easy.
items and shit. At level
I'm not
2.
asking for a magical item. I'm asking for like would I be able to go forage out the city for something that would make somebody go to sleep, like an herb or rock or seeds or something like that?
I mean, something that would effectively knock someone out, like put them to sleep, is effectively a magical item.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'd have to be distilled.
Oh, I'm
you're
talking
talking
about drugs.
you're talking about effects that are pretty high level in nature.
Oh, okay.
That simulate spells and stuff like that. And,
Right.
First off, the alchemist only,
Mm-hmm.
and only the alchemist, and he would have a tough go of making something like that, and that's custom too. So that would actually be like that would be like an adventure on its own to learn how to make this, because I don't think such a potion exists. I mean, maybe it does.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking there'd be like
Sleep,
an herbalist or something.
nap. I'm trying to think of, I'm looking up keywords for potions. I'm not finding anything that says sleep, nap.
Anesthetic? No, not.
Yeah, so it doesn't exist in 5e, and then if I create it, that's gonna take some time. And also, it doesn't exist, so it's gonna be an alchemist, basically creating something new.
Yeah.
Chloroform?
Yeah, that would be like a huge deal to Helio. That's actually one of his main missions.
Okay. So I so I already wrote that I went to go look
Yeah.
for it, kind of. I meant like I just wrote that I'm like walking down the street basically.
I'll let you do like do you have herbalism as a skill? As a proficiency?
Nope.
I'll let you do a nature disadvantage.
Cool.
But you're not going to do anything else today.
Yeah,
if you do
no,
that,
that's
by the way.
totally fine.
Okay.
I mean, I could just since it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
exist, I could just say that we went to the store or something, or the bar.
No, you rolled, so we're taking it now.
Okay.
But this is your area of expertise, so it's a 9 rather than a 3.
Oh, okay.
But that's still not going to really get you. I will say I'll give you this piece of information. You found some very sparse, dried up, dying herbs that look like they could be used for making healing potions. You can make a mental note that there seems to be some indigenous, sort of aloe or something that could be distilled by an alchemist to make potions of healing.
Okay.
But that's what I'll give you for a 9 in nature.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. That works. To the bar.
Is there any RP or stuff you want to carry out in the legless kink?
Let's see.
This looks like you're not waited on in this place. You have to come up to the bar.
I mean, I'm good. I'm fine with that.
All right.
But yeah, I'll just continue the conversation, about how basically, you do kind of notice that Jenny's a little worried. And she says, I guess so. I just hope we don't have to hurt anyone innocent or anything. Did you want me to pay for the drinks?
I'll pay. I'll pay.
Okay. Jenny is gonna walk up to the bar.
And he goes, "Oh, you're the dray before. What you be having?"
Boy.
Aye. And it's a bit for one for each of you, if you just want to drink a mug each.
How much would a pitcher be?
A pitcher would be 2 bits, and that would let you both fill your water skins on top of that. And you could get
Okay.
pretty feeling good.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll spend the money.
All right. So go ahead and deduct 2 bits.
I have iron though. Is iron bits? Refresh my memory.
Silver.
It is 10 bits to iron. Silver is effectively like what bits are, and gold is effectively what iron is. So if you're given, you're going to get 8 bits back.
Okay.
If you give him an iron.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna give
so
him an iron.
he takes the iron from you and looks like you kind of slighted him, and and looks over at the sort of the guy behind him and says, "We need 8 bits." And the guy goes and like goes to the back over here and fetches the bits, hands it off to the guy, and the guy slams the 8 bits down like you've inconvenienced him, and he gives you a picture of Roy.
Thank you.
It's like kind of like giving somebody a
$100.
$20 bill for like a $2 purchase. Yeah.
So silver pieces would be bits, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I got 8.
So you got
Right.
8, and you've removed 1 gold.
Yes.
But we got to get in the habit of calling them what they are: bits and iron.
Yeah, I got confused there
such.
for a little bit.
Oh, I love
Okay.
what Astos just mentioned, which is the fact that if you open up the party inventory, you
Yeah,
can
there's
pop it
conversion
out.
rates there.
Yeah, you can pop it out, and it has the conversion rate there.
So feel free to use that as a reference. The party treasurer will tell you
Okay.
how it converts.
I guess you want to sit up here, Lexi.
Yeah. Actually, I want to sit closer to you because there's some things that I want to discuss.
Cool. So do I.
So yeah, she's gonna look at you, and she's gonna say, "None should get hurt. If, well, the innocent should get hurt. Shouldn't get hurt," is what she's gonna pretty much say. However, if they don't comply, that could jeopardize the whole thing. And she's saying this pretty silently too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny is going to nod and say, yes, that could cause a problem. I mean, there are ways to just knock them out, you know. She kind of points to the back of her head.
Not to mention, if we mess this up, our lives could be in jeopardy.
I did want to ask, she's like trying to figure out how to say this and say, what do you see happening after this mission?
We can put it with the word. Well, it would look good on us in Lowe's eyes if we actually pulled this off.
But I mean, what kind of man is he? Doing something like this.
Oh boy.
Here, I'll say something in the secrets chat real quick.
Oh, with me? Or you?
Wait.
I'm so confused.
I don't know.
You have
You
to put it in the
didn't tell
secret
me
chat.
who.
Nadia.
You didn't tell which one.
Nadia.
There you go. I just don't want Nadia going down a dark road, you know?
Hey, if it's dark and there's a lot of profit, is it really all that bad?
Depends on who you're stabbing, stealing
Depends
from.
on the point of view. I mean, Arthur would be totally dead to dead. Oh, never mind.
All right.
We're definitely not talking about.
Totally not.
You're gonna die.
So, yeah, Nadia's gonna look at you, Jenny, and she's gonna be like, based off what I know, he's very good. To me, anyway.
And
Okay. Well, the time is starting to get close to when you need to meet Laliana in
okay.
the Bronze Jakar. But
The
you can wrap up.
BJ.
If you have anything to say, you can wrap it up.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
the only thing I was gonna say is, I mean, we can always do this in the chat if you want.
So I'm fine with you speaking out loud. Just whatever it is, we're
Oh,
gonna-
I mean, like the only last
Cool.
thing I was gonna say was, Jenny just kind of nods and keeps sipping her drink and says, God damn it, what was I gonna say? As long as what he is telling you to do doesn't get you in trouble.
She nods, and she's going to finish, like, refilling her water skin.
Same.
Okay. Your water skins are filled with broy.
Cool.
And that's going to be good for another day. You've got your drinking rations done today. You've got them for tomorrow filled with broy.
And if the pitcher isn't empty, can I subtly just leave with it?
You can attempt to, but
Cool.
you know that it'd be
You know what? Never
you'll be
mind,
stopped.
because I don't want to go to jail. Never mind. Jenny picks it
You wouldn't-
up, looks at the
Yeah,
door,
nobody's gonna
and
be
then just
taking
puts
you
it,
to-
puts it right
I was gonna
back.
say no one's gonna take you to jail here. They'll handle it themselves.
No. Yeah, no. I'm good.
Even better.
Yeah, there's no calling the guard or
Cool.
the Templar in this place.
Jenny's
All
just gonna drink as much as she can before she leaves.
Okay, yeah, you'll just get kind of schwacked. If you're drinking the extra amount, let's see if you get a little schwacked. Constitution saving throw.
Cool. Let's see. The dogs are so loud. No.
That's the Jakar in the background.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. You're you just slam it down, and you're feeling good, but it's not. It's not. Can you mute those dogs, please? It's
Oh,
not. It's not slowing you down.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna move over to back over to the Bronze Jakar, where you're expected to see Laliana very soon.
Yay, BJ. Okay, I'm done. I'm done with that. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
I like the passed out guy over there on the couch.
I
It's
do
great.
too.
Yeah. It's.
I was just looking at him and I was just like,
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, "This is perfect." So anyhow, you get back to the Bronze Jakar, Jenny and Nadia, and any minute now, Laliana will be here.
All right.
I will sit down and beside Astos and say, did Laliana show up yet?
No, you actually beat her here. I haven't seen her yet.
Yeah, not yet. She might be here any moment. You want pie? I will just my plate over.
What kind?
I have no idea. DM, what kind of pie is this?
The jockey pie.
They're called jockey pies, made of Jakar.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
It's
yeah.
all-
I'll eat it.
They're basically like
Meat
lizard
pie.
dogs of this world.
Okay. Wait, I don't want to eat a dog.
Too bad. This is the world you live in.
Fuck.
This
Jenny
is the
just
world we
eats
live
it and shoves it down her
It's-
throat.
You know, the difference between livestock and pets is a sort of blurred line in this world, blurred
This
out of
is
necessity.
This is really good.
The difference between pets and livestock is hunger.
Yeah, pretty much. Hell, that's true for the real world, and Dark Sun's worse than that. So,
Yeah.
well, no, there are some parts of the real world that are pretty damn brutal. And coming through the door, you see Laliana. She looks about, sees y'all, and gives a sort of little smile and starts heading over.
When I'm sure she arrive, I'm like mouthful of pie, just like, oh, hi.
She looks at you with a sort of wry smile and says, "Hello, love. Your mother all right?"
Probably yes, I suppose. Yes, yes. How about you? How that scouting going?
Went well. A few close moments, but I've got a good look at the place.
Mm-hmm.
And she looks about you Sue, and says, "So first things first, Lowe's had a bit of change of heart in regards to the no witnesses deal. So long as you're properly disguised."
I'm just gonna point. I'm like, see.
Because if they don't know who you are, they can just very well assume that you're from, well, or hired by House Langston.
All right. That's a good thing. That's actually changed a lot, but that's good. I'll start like ripping off a bunch of my cloak, just a bit. Like
And she...
you know.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No. Just want to rip off a piece of my cloak. Start thinking about some stuff. Just go.
And she
So-
says, so he's appointed me to be the judge of what is a good disguise and what isn't. So, if that's the route you want to go, show me your costumes.
I think I mean we gotta get to start working on that right now. So
That's fine. That's fine. I can come by a later time, but we could discuss other things before then. As far as the dray, you'll need well, you'll need some cloaks and robes, I assume. There's not very many Surins about, and even less dray.
She nods.
what's the plan?
So she pulls out a blank scroll and a piece of dark chalk, and she says, "I've scouted the place a fair bit. There's a couple ways in, but the front is a death trap. Grigori's estate is a small fortress. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blank sheet here, and I'm going to move y'all to it. Come on, there we go.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to write on here, and you can write too. So she passes over a dark piece of chalk to one of you, whoever wants to participate, and is going to start drawing out a rough map of, by the way, very fucking rough. Don't fucking talk shit to me.
Can I ask for one thing? Would you be able to turn the background map like a dark gray color because it's really bright? Then that
Sure,
way our
let me-
color. I mean, it's just like there's
Let
no.
me just do that
I'm sorry.
with
Is that too much to ask?
this. No, there we go. Does that work?
That's
Sure.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about
Um,
that. Just,
No, I just had to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
But it was actually really easy. So. No
I
big
mean, we
deal.
could all just draw on it like crazy children.
Yeah, well, that's up to you, but you're gonna use this. So she let me get this in order here. She says, first of all, And she goes to the right side, the upper right side, and says, there is a courtyard and a gate. Right? Where the bulk of the Merc forces are. The mercenaries are a group called the Red Talon. Sounds scary, but they're only a few dozen strong and don't have much notoriety. That said, I wouldn't try to take them all at once, yeah?
Alright.
Yeah.
Now, they're on a hill. The archers will see you coming from a mile away, so I wouldn't try it. The archers are stationed fairly much so. This area is mostly inaccessible, so if you were to try the assault approach, you would come in from here. I believe there's a guard stationed over here as well. And she kind of mentions that this area is not very accessible either. Now, the front has a walled courtyard, and inside is a shed with access to the underground stable. Shed's about over here. That's where the Crodlu will be. These are stairs. I heard from a trusted source that the stables have a secret tunnel connecting outside of the estate. We don't know where it leads, but that's your way out. Unless you just massacre the mercenaries, then you don't need it.
Does that tunnel fits the journal? The bird?
What's that?
Creature? The tunnel fits the creature, does it? Because if it doesn't, we might have to murder a bunch of fuckers.
I've been told it does.
Okay.
Effectively, it's some sort of escape route for Grigori. He's a sort of paranoid sort.
Well, then that will be pretty easy, because then we can use the escape tunnel to get in there, and then grab the Quadlu.
We don't know where it is.
Oh.
Our source lives there, you see. They're a slave. But they have never gone in the tunnel itself, and so they don't know where it goes. That's the front. Now for the back. And she writes up the back here.
I'm guessing that there's walls and like the sides. Is that like a moat or just? I know it's rough.
That's essentially the house. It's even more guarded over here. The part I've drawn out well is the weakest point. She's running out of space, so she goes to the bottom left. And she says, this is the front.
You mean the back, because I thought we just did the front.
Oh, so yeah, the back, sorry.
No, that's okay.
What we have here is a wall. But it's not as tall as the front wall. And over here is a walkway in. And there's about 2 guards here. 1 guard here. And a couple archers that look over the wall here and here through holes.
Why is that so small?
Now, oh, that's the draw shapes. I hate that whenever I change from draw shape to freehand, it changes the color. Now this is the house, or the mansion, and that's the doorway. There's some windows as well, so keep an eye on those, or they might see you through them. Now the back is not nearly as fortified. It's your best bet if you don't want an all-out war with the Red Talon. From the back, Grigori's house stands between you and the stables. There's a couple windows that sit close to the stable shed. If she points back at the front entrance again, and she shows that there is a doorway, and this is the back of the house, as well as windows, even from higher points. So the reason why one reason this is inaccessible is because this is the actual house, or the mansion. Your choice where you go, but Grigori's bedroom is on the 3rd floor, so that's likely where your payday is. It has access to the top of the wall here. Third floor. Sorry, it's sort of illegible. This is the 1st floor.
Oh, I'm trying to write notes and
That's fine.
type on here.
She says, a useful bit of information. People inside might be able to hear what goes on outside. But the walls are thick. That means you can make a pretty good ruckus inside, so long as you're not seen through the windows. Just don't linger too long. Sometimes they change shifts. The way they change shifts is 6 men at a time. I don't know quite yet the pattern. It changes throughout the day. 6 men go in, they eat, while 6 relieve them of their duty. It's tight, and they don't leave any openings. There must be at least more than 6 men in the house. What they do is they send them out of the house, and each one relieves one of duty on the outside, and then the ones on the outside that relieved of duty go into the house.
So is it at least like an hour between each of this happening? I know you said you haven't got it nailed down, but is there like a minimum time we can expect?
It's around an hour. The times they move the least is in the dead of night and the earliest of mornings. They move a bit more while the sun's out, probably to manage the heat.
So how long is Grigori gonna be gone again?
Oh, I think it's the old day. So, he leaves sometime in the very early morning tomorrow, and shouldn't arrive home for the next day. So I've been told.
So he'll be gone overnight.
Right. So you could do this as a day mission or a night mission. So the first question becomes, how do you get into the mansion and through it to the stables? That is, unless you're going to just be assaulting from the front. But assuming you're going through the house, you might be able to quietly crack a few skulls to get in through the back. But alternatively, you could pose as Grigori's gardeners. He seems to be real particular about keeping his grains in good condition, so he pays professionals instead of using his slaves. Outside professionals, which gives you an opportunity. He only works with one company in the official quarter. I'll give you the location. But be disguised when you meet them, or else they could become a loose end.
Okay. What was this again, Lavia? This right here, this door at the bottom. That's kind of bigger map.
That's the back entrance to the mansion.
First floor.
Yeah, so you kind of have to
Okay.
almost twist this
Yeah, no, I got you.
counterclockwise, and that's like basically the mansion would be like this. If you're looking at the front view, the mansion would be like this, and then like the path
That
out
one
here with the
and-
door here.
The two I just marked with purple, those are the same door basically, right?
No, so that's the back door, and that you're seeing. I'm sorry. So the mansion actually has sorry, that's the front door. So on the front side is the front door, and the back view, that's the back door. Those are not the same door. There's a mansion in between those doors.
Mm-hmm. Different ends of the
Okay.
house.
So mansion,
Okay.
mansion, and then walls. Oops, it went into like mansion and then walls.
It's actually west wall, east wall, or
and this
north
is the
south
courtyard.
wall.
Yeah. So now we just have two views of the same thing
Um.
twisted around.
So, Laviana, what's on the second floor? Is that where the slaves are kept?
So turns out the slaves are throughout. But if you're disguised, they shouldn't give you any bother. So I've seen a slave in the courtyard, and I did see a slave in the back for a moment, transporting water or something like that. I expect there'll be more slaves in the house as well. You don't have to kill them, just so long as you're disguised. Anyhow, I don't think they'd. I'm sure they'd appreciate the freedom if you gave it to them. Given
Do
the
the
chance.
gardeners go into the house?
The gardeners.
Typically?
So let me mark in. I'm just gonna use a green marker here. Let me mark the places that actually require gardening. This will essentially be where you're allowed to go if you pose as gardeners. And she goes to the back view. And she says there are planters that get quite close to the front or the back door. You'd be perfectly inconspicuous to get all the way to the back door. And from what I've heard, or actually what I've seen, is, and she goes to the front view, I saw some windows open up behind the stables, and there are plants behind there. So it looks like he's got a room inside the house. So a case could be made to work your way in the house with the disguise.
Okay. Guys, I think that the gardening disguises are our best bet.
It's a good plan.
Yes, we could always, if things devolve from there, at least we'd be on the inside.
Now, because they work with them, oops, that's not where the door is supposed to be. Because they work with them, they might expect a certain look. They've had children work for them before. It's basically child labor is not is not
Illegal.
Not
something that's
exactly
unseen.
frowned upon.
Yeah, they're just like,
in-
yeah, if they can old enough to pick shit up, old enough to work. So that's not out of the ordinary, but of course the dray. So that's where you need to use the robes. Now, the thing is, they don't normally use robes. The gardeners have a certain apron that they wear. And perhaps you could wear it over the robes. That might be enough.
Provide enough what? I'm sorry. So sorry.
To look the part. The aprons. The thing is,
Okay.
you then need to get the aprons from the gardeners, and well, that's up to you how you get those. Stealing them, taking it from them, or I don't know, perhaps working for them.
Right, something to think of. What else do you have for us?
Well, however you do this, don't get caught or identified. These mercs aren't hardened vets, but if you bring the whole fort down on yourselves, running may be your only option. And that reminds me, another tip. And she goes to the front, and points at the stables and says, "The hatch to the stables can lock from the inside. That could buy you time for your escape."
So we still need to place guilt in another noble house.
That should be easy. We have some people inside with the Langstons. They'll let you right in.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into the coins, however, well, you have to look the part for the guards to let you in. And that's where you're most useful, Arthur. Wait
Wait a minute.
Whoopsie. Wrong fucking name. That's where you're useful, Alec. Says that's when you put on the Templar gear. Call the others your slaves, whatever. They should let you in.
BC gets a very disgruntled look on her face.
Like, fuck you. Yeah. All your friends, but you're more convincing slaves unless you wear better clothing. Traveler's clothes, at least. And if you don't have traveler clothes in your inventory, then you're wearing commoner's clothes, and they don't let you into the coins with commoner's clothes.
All right. I think I do have only commoner's clothes, but I am a Templar,
Templar is
so
the
I should be
exception
fine.
because you have
Yeah.
the Templar tabard and everything.
Cool.
That's-
say
I
that-
don't have a change of clothes.
Yeah.
I have
So
armor.
Templar clothing, yeah, which gives you nowhere in terms of society. So the traveler's clothing costs 2 iron.
Damn.
If you want to actually be admitted into the coins.
We can always say that you guys are my slave. Otherwise, you have to buy some clothes. So, Misty, we're fine with that.
Mm,
All right. I mean, children's clothing must be cheaper, right?
It is.
Ooh.
Well, actually, unless it's fancy.
Yeah.
Because if it's commoner's clothes, it's just a matter of less cloth. But if it's for children, it's fitted and still costs a decent amount. I would say three quarters instead of half.
Laliana, I was thinking that instead of trying to portray gardeners, wouldn't it be easier to cause a distraction? You could lead the guards.
Go on.
I'm just trying to think if there's a way to lead the guards to a certain area of the house, and then while they're busy doing that, could be a thief or something like that. We could steal the bird, and they wouldn't even know. I mean, we could.
I've been told there's at least a dozen men or more in the courtyard. I don't think they're all going to go into the house. Maybe 2 or 3 to investigate. Maybe more if there's an actual fight that breaks out. But that's.
I
She
mean,
smiles. That's no longer a distraction. That's a war.
I mean, this house is pretty big, right?
It's not actually quite as big as you might imagine. Grigori has a 3-story estate, but it's not quite wide. And there should be guards on each floor. So.
And out of character, what's the house made out of?
It's like stone.
Well, oh, okay. Because I was gonna say there must be something that we can burn, and then we could just, set fire to a bedroom.
In Dark Sun, buildings are made to be fireproof.
We could burn a bed.
Because at 140 degrees,
And the
everything's
dressers.
a fire hazard.
And a bunch of clothes.
You might get a few to investigate, but if you're in the house, you're just bringing guards to yourself, and if you're in the courtyard, you might get 3 to leave, 4 to leave, maybe. But these aren't idiot guards, they're a mercenary group. They're coordinated.
Oh, well. Maybe it'll work on the next person that we roll. Jenny's gonna drink Astos. She's been drinking Astos's whatever he's drinking. I don't even know what he's drinking. He could be drinking water.
Yeah, if it's his, she's just taking his cup and drinking out of it.
Yeah, I
as
just
a power
slap the
move.
right over.
Yeah.
I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
So she says, you can certainly try, but weigh the risks. Consider whether or not you're just going to be bringing attention to yourself. He says, I can possibly create a brief distraction outside to bring a couple of men outside the gate. Or at least looking over the walls. But it won't last long and it won't bring them all out.
Where again is the drop-off point for the crowd once we get it out?
It'll be in the coins. And she kind of points you out where, kind of where I marked on the ROM map
Mm-hmm.
for where the stables of House Langston are, and they have like multiple properties. So this particular stables is not like inside a compound or anything like that. It's a place for like their more common animals, which means it's easier to access. And she mentions that they have somebody on the inside that will let you put the animal in. So it doesn't
Okay.
sound like there's going to be a. It sounds like once you get this beast out of here, the dangerous work is done.
Okay. It's pretty common for Crawlu to be in the coin districts.
Very
about-
common.
Okay.
Crodlu are like war horses, basically, and so a lot of wealthy people like to have Crodlu. And this particular Crodlu is like one of the nicest of all.
Okay.
All right. So she says, "Well, any questions?"
Just-
If there's any like, I don't know, is there any alarm system in there or something like bells to call Templars nearby or other Grigori housemen?
I'm
Traps.
don't think that Grigori sets any traps, or else his own mercenary group he hired would trigger them. So, no traps that I'm aware of. Also, alarm systems, I believe they just rely on yelling out to each other. It's not a huge compound, so those from the back can see into the windows of the mansion. Those in the mansion can hear what's going on in the front and the back, and those from the front can see into the windows of the mansion. So it's quite all connected.
Let me see.
But again, shut some windows, knock some heads inside, and I think it'd be quite good, so long as you don't linger for more than an hour or so.
Still,
And you said something about before there possibly being a someone that practices the arcane in there, like a real questionable sort.
Oh, you'll be happy to know. He's vacated out.
Oh.
Instead, they've taken in a captain of the Red Talon. So he's the one you'll have to worry about instead.
Okay.
well, I suppose. Would be a shame to. Not a shame, but would be scary to have to fight someone else with defilement that they had at their hands. That's alright. Okay, so we have to get disguises, aprons, a bunch of traveling clothing to get ourselves fancy, or at least for some of them, some of us. And what else?
She kind of puts her hands together and says, "Well, my work is done, unless except when you show me your disguises. So we'll meet here. I'll hang around. You'll show me what disguises you've got before you head out, whether that's the day or the night. Right. Here's another thing. The gardeners only work during the day. So if you do go the disguise route, you're going to have to do this during the day instead of the night. That makes it a bit harder to sneak, but of course you can get into the house anyhow. If you're doing during the night, they won't be expecting you. They won't let you in.
Well, what time do the gardeners usually go? Wouldn't gardeners go during the very early morning?
Right. The morning. True.
Well, It's all settled, right? We should
So that would be tomorrow morning or the
tomorrow
day
morning.
after tomorrow's morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Well, going to try to cook something up, but that doesn't leave us much time to get disguises.
Well, they work throughout the day, so you can still do it so long as the hours of the sun are up.
Just need daylight to do it, so can waste like 2 hours in the morning, pick up the disguises, doing so.
Right.
Or can we buy the disguises right now? No, right?
You could try them. They probably are closed, but they might be manning the building that they work at.
Let's make a quick run.
If you are looking to steal the disguises, actually now would be the time.
Probably the best bet.
Shall
Up
I
to
meet you here in the next morning then?
Early morning, yeah.
Check on the disguises.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All right. I've been given specific orders not to let you go unless your disguises are good. We wouldn't want our best assets to be killed, right?
Oh, we're the best assets?
I
Oh,
was just thinking that.
Well, all the assets that die or not won't be linked back to us, and that makes you quite valuable, yes? The link to us. That's part of the link, isn't it? Can't be linked to them either. They see the gardeners come in on the same day that they get robbed, and they're going to be questioning anyone who's from the outside. If the gardeners leak that we talk to them, it's all over. So of course you're doing it. Well, you are.
That's the job. We do all the work.
let's get headed over there then, and if we can find them. Make sure
Don't have
that
much. Yeah.
need to cover up what we look like if we're going to head over there, though.
One thing is for sure, we don't have much time.
No.
Let's get our hands to work right now. Shall we?
She stands up, says, "All right. See you in the morning. Toodaloo."
You should try the pie. Pie here's fine.
No, I'm not much for the jockeys. Thank you, though.
All right. Suit yourself.
And she heads out.
All right. Let's get some aprons, shall we?
Oh, yeah, let's head over there.
Out of character, I fucking hate you, Laliana. Fucking bitch. Sorry.
Here's the spelling, by the way.
Oh, I spell it like that because it reminds me of lollipop, and then I can just annoy you and be like, lollipop, lollipop, ooh, lollipop. Or
Sure,
lollygagging.
consider me annoyed. All right. So, what do y'all do?
There. To the gardener place.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't have a map for that, but we can do theater of the mind. Unless you do something horrific that gets the guard called on you, we're going to do theater of the mind style.
All right.
Because there's a lot of ways things could have gone down, and I didn't feel like making a map
Prepping
for
for
everyone.
every single one.
Yeah, totally get it.
I consider the fact that you might just go, nah, fuck it, we don't care about the gardening way,
Death to everything.
and then I would have wasted a lot of time.
Guardian Abrams, that is
or
might
just
for
the
them.
stealth knockout style, you know. So, or something else that I didn't think of. So you head there and you see you're essentially in the official quarter. Somebody steal your sweet wall. And I'll just pull this to the map here, map view. And so you're in a spot, let's say, roughly here. In the lower official quarter. And there's a sort of alleyway that houses multiple kind of, I would say, humble businesses, and one of them is um, Jokhev's gardening service.
Does from the outside does it look like the door is open, or lit on the inside?
You see, there's some what looks like flickering candlelight inside, but without kind of pressing up against the glass, you couldn't get a good view. There's do some perceptions, I guess.
Okay.
I actually like theater of the mind sometimes because it lets your imagination kind of go wild.
For sure.
Some people don't. Some people really don't like it though. You see that there was like some movement inside. Maybe there's somebody closing up or managing stock or inventory inside. You're not quite sure, but it's pretty quiet in this alleyway, except for the occasional like grunt of an animal. That
I
sort
will
of thing.
stay. I'll stay in the corner of the street. Just try to make lookout for everyone else, and just nod to Nadia. Just go ahead.
Okay.
Do your thing.
How are
I-
you
I-
clothed, by the way? Are you in Templar gear or
No,
kind of like
I
street
am-
clothes?
I'm full clothed, not like a Templar.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Nadia, if you want to go ahead, I could distract them at the door. I know someone around here. They could talk to them for me. If you just give me a couple of minutes. Okay. So I'll kind of like head back around the alley and head down a different alley,
Okay.
and I will cast disguise self on myself.
Oh,
Cool. Can I see the spell? Just keep as a reference for myself.
Certainly can.
Okay. Clothing up
certainly
armor.
try.
Oh yeah, this is an illusion that can like completely change yourself.
Correct.
Okay. How do you want to appear as?
I want to appear as a Langston that I'm familiar with.
Ooh. Okay. I would say it's some kind of like low-level Langston official. Maybe not. I think we rolled to see if you knew.
Yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but
I think
the one that
I think it might have been Arthur Langston. Now I'm wondering if I named him similar
Let
to
me
that.
search my documents.
Yeah, I've got the document here. I can try to look it up. Charles Langston. So you didn't meet or see Charles Langston, but you may know like a cousin, and we'll call him Daniel Langston.
Okay.
So Daniel Langston is kind of a low level. He's kind of a like a almost a he's barely an adult, still considered a kid by a lot of people. But his name carries weight, and so usually he can get a drink for free or that sort of thing. You don't necessarily know his mannerisms.
Actually, what about the one that we saw at the bar at the Brown Shikar?
Oh, he wasn't a Langston, but he worked for them.
You know what? I don't know if Daniel's a bad person or not. That guy was a dick. So I'd choose him instead. I'm just gonna name Langston Lackey A.
So not Daniel Langston, but instead the guy who works for them, the
Yes.
nobleman. Okay, the nobleman, we'll call him Karev with a K. Karev.
Okay.
And so the nobleman Karev, he's kind of a low, like he's about as low as a noble as you can get. He owns some like maybe piece of land and has a say in a council, but in terms of walking these streets, he's big man on campus. And so and you change your clothes to like fine clothing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so you are now I've already forgotten the name.
Karev.
Karev. Okay. You're Karev working for the Langstons. Lord Karev. Sorry.
I give it a couple minutes longer still. And I head up to the the front door with a bunch of swagger in my step as I head up there with my self-report. So
All right. And you like knock on the door, or
yes, I knock quite loudly.
okay, so boop, 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 boop. And you see a little bit of movement, and you're closer to the windows. You can see that there's some commoner inside that's sweeping the floors, and he kind of looks over like a deer in the headlights, and rushes over the door and says, "Sir, I'm sorry.
Good. I'm glad that you're here. I have quite a large estate that I need you to look over for me. Now, let me begin listing the shrubberies.
Sir, I'm so
please
sorry.
don't interrupt me. Please,
Sorry.
I am being very generous and spending my time coming here in person. Now, I have many shrubberies. Yeah, you better have a great memory, because I'm not going to repeat myself twice. If you need to fetch parchment, now is the time. I will wait.
I can't read or draw, sir. I'll remember it, sir.
You better. Very well. I will begin listing the shrubberies. Now, there are many, and each of them are very important to me. Now, first, the one with the blue, and I'm just going to ramble off as long as possible. Just plants. I'm sure that Astos knows many different plants.
Oh, sure.
Alchemist.
Yeah. He knows without rolling. You're an alchemist. You know all kinds of plants by their scientific names and.
Yes, I'm going to be as convoluted as possible in this, and just kind of like rattle off. And he ever tries to interject, just kind of overtalk him.
Yeah, like he's gonna say like, I'm not sure what that means, sir. Oh, I'm sorry. As you just admonish him, he says, "What's that plant look like, sir?" And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're taking up his time. You're talking at the doorway right now. What else is going on? Are you trying to distract him?
Yeah, just being pretty loud and just kind of taking up this time. And if the I'd probably say after like 5 minutes of this, I'm like, you know what? I'm actually quite parched. You don't seem to be the worst I've seen so far. So I'm gonna come and just kind of walk in, be like,
Sir, you really can't.
And I can do whatever I please. Fetch a seat and fetch a refreshment.
Also, please give me. I do have an investigation check I'm allowed to do, right? Discern your disguise. Creature can use its action to respect your appearance. I'm gonna give him disadvantage because he's in a sort of subservient position. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to roll disadvantaged.
Okay.
Against your DC here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna roll.
My DC is 13.
13. Okay. I'm not gonna give him any bonuses. He's a commoner, so. Okay. Well, it's disadvantage. This already fails. So yeah, he looks like you really aren't supposed to be here, but he also looks like he knows not to talk back to a nobleman.
I'm going to casually flick an iron towards him, and I'll say, "This could take a while. Please fetch me whatever refreshment you have here." And I'm going to look for the closest spot the seat. The more important, the better. And take a seat there.
All
now
right.
hurry up.
When you flick him the iron, his posture goes from sort of pleading to like, "Oh, nice," and goes, "Oh, yes, sir. Water? Is that what you asked for?"
As of the finest refreshments.
Yeah. I have clean water from the well, sir. And he rushes to a back area.
If you could draw it fresh from the well, that would be preferable.
At this hour, sir, they do a persuasion with advantage. It's quite dangerous at night, sir. In fact, I'm surprised you don't have your own guard. Not that you can't handle yourself, sir.
They're capable. Obviously, you can't tell. If you fetch a good enough amount, perhaps I will look fondly upon this. But right now, I am looking disfavorably upon you. You're wasting my time.
19 persuasion. He looks back at the iron, and then back at you and says, "I will fetch you. I'll fetch you a goodly amount, sir." And rushes off. He like rushes off and then races back and grabs a bucket and then races back off again.
Okay. Like once he races off a bit, I'll kind of stand outside the door and wave a bit towards the alley. I'm assuming she might have already been over here or heading over
Yeah.
here during this time.
Yeah, he goes
Yeah.
out the door that you came in from, after fetching a bucket, and that's the last of him. Go ahead, guys.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna go in. Yeah, is that the plan?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do a perception check. By the way, those who go inside.
Okay.
Already in there. Does that count for me as well?
So a CR 10.
Yeah.
All right.
I realized I was muted, and I said I will follow Nadia.
Okay. And
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Astos, you can roll as well. Oh, you did. Okay.
Nice.
It's quite dark in here. If anybody doesn't have dark vision, they have to roll disadvantage.
I
Because
have
I am-
vision.
all there is the low light from the candle light.
Astos will sit in a seat, looking at the rest of these people coming in, and as soon as they come in, like, yes, my associate pulled a favor to have me come here. Please hurry up with whatever you need to do.
Nadia, roll a perception. I'm sorry, roll a nature for me.
Okay. Oof.
Okay. Okay. Astos, you saw he was wearing the apron. And searching around, you guys can find multiple aprons inside here. There's also some like plants that are potted that are about here.
I'd like to take a look at the plants.
Sure. You can roll me a you need to like you can't see well in here. So that was the initial perception. So you would need to like pick up the candlelight and observe the plants that way.
Certainly would.
And you can give me a nature check on that. Oof.
Terrible.
Well, we'll chalk it up to it's dark in here and you've got a lot on the mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, these look like ordinary plants. A lot of them.
I'll set the candle back down where I found it.
And you know, based on where you are in the low quarter, that you've got at least a half hour. Because the well's a little ways away. Well, I shouldn't say at least a half hour. Probably 20 to 30 minutes.
Well, the rest of you, whatever business that you have in this hovel, I am going to take my leave. Yeah, your friend is at my estate, and I will see to it he returns you, and I will leave.
Also, Astos, did you do this away from their eyes?
The candle part?
No, your disguise self. part.
Yeah, I went to a separate alley.
Okay, excellent. So
And they did
Nadia, Jenny, I mean, you see the asshole noble,
Mm-hmm.
the one that called you, I don't know what, liquor of pots, something like that.
Oh man.
He's the one telling you this shit.
I'm staying quiet, but I'm just.
It's really odd to even see him here, at all.
Nadia's just gonna go up in his face and like give a snarl. Because he said that to Ginny, right?
Well, I think he said once a swine herd leads another, or something like that. You there, what was it? Beggar there. Stinking beggar, liquor of pots. How many posts does that one scratch their back on whilst whining for garbage? Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, yeah.
As she gets close, I'm just going to.
She called
hurry
one of
him
you a
up.
swine herd and the other one a swine. is
Okay,
basically
I'm
the
just
point.
gonna open up my mouth and fire breath in. Sorry. No,
Oh
I'm just
no.
Oh no.
joking.
If Nadia's getting up close like that, then I'm just gonna immediately start like heading out the door. Right then, it's on you.
I'm just gonna
I'm gonna-
like turn to Nadia and I'm gonna say, we can follow that one and rob him later.
Agreed.
So what you see here are the Jakov gardening service aprons
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
inside
as
here,
much as I can.
as well as potted plants.
Mhm.
So you can easily grab one for each of you,
Sure.
Okay.
and even another one, a spare one if you were so inclined.
Okay.
Sorry, and what is it called again?
Jakov gardening service apron, or just Jakov apron would be fine.
Okay.
How do you spell that?
Jakov,
Okay.
and each apron's £1.
Oh, okay.
It's worn over commoner clothing, typically.
So how many are you grabbing, Jenny?
I was gonna grab one for Astos and one for me, and Rona's really small, right? Would she be able to wear one?
Rona
can-
probably can customize one to be small, given
Yeah.
her specialty,
Okay. I'll grab 3 of them then.
and it wouldn't look conspicuous because she has a profession to do this sort of thing.
Right.
I'll grab 2 then.
So you wouldn't have to roll that, Rona. Normally, I'd have to have someone roll to see if it comes out shitty looking, but you have an expertise on this, so
Woo!
you can kind of cut it up and make it look nice.
Nice.
The logo is, which is real simple, is in the center, so you can carve around that. All right. So you have your. This was interesting, but you have your aprons now.
Nice.
Mhm.
And what do you guys do?
We're gonna go
They're
rob. What's
searching.
his name? No. Just
While they were searching, I'd like to head down a different alleyway and
Mhm.
drop the disguise self,
Uh-huh.
put myself against the wall, and start hyperventilating.
There's a random passerby. He's just like a kind of elderly human that looks like he's carrying water home, and he goes, "Are you all right, son?"
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Oh boy, yeah, I'm fine.
Says, shouldn't come out at night. It's dangerous. And he kind of brandishes a knife on his belt. Not in a way that's like showing that he's going to cut you, but like you got to carry one of these to be out here.
Okay. Yeah, I should have. That's good advice.
Move along, boy.
Yes.
Good luck.
I'll head back towards where everyone was initially down that alleyway.
Okay. Given the how quickly y'all got this done, Alec, you didn't come across any
Oof.
people coming this way on this alley.
All right. So everyone is gathered together again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
You get the fuck out of there. And you've got your aprons.
Nice.
Well, unless you're gonna do anything else, you can rest for this night, get a long rest, and meet Laliana in the morning.
We still have to pick up like silk
Robes.
robes and
Oh, sure.
the things. We can do that in the morning, I suppose.
Let's just rapid fire that out because I really don't care about the purchasing of stuff. So robes are a bit.
All right.
But the shopping RP. No, I'm just joking.
No, not interested in that.
That's strong.
If the DM's not interested, then it's not happening.
Yeah.
So you said a bit for
a bit for like commoner robes, which is fine
Okay.
because you're presenting as now these robes can be worn over your armor, and that's
Uh-huh.
useful because if you wear just the gardening thing over your armor, you look like a gardener that's ready to go to war.
Okay.
So you might all want these robes, or you may want to pack your armor and weapons um, into like backpacks and pull them back out inside the house or something, because I'm going to kind of hold you to the idea of if you're wearing weapons and armor, they're visible normally, unless you can conceal them like a dagger.
All right.
So you got to incorporate some kind of plan about how you're going to present as gardeners.
I'm gonna buy 3 of those. One for Astos, Jenny, and myself.
Okay.
Could I also during this buy like a decent like satchel, like in case we wanted to put any loot in there and then run out, something of decent size.
Sure.
You ever seen like a canteen carrying bag, like more like a fuel can, but more like water size? Have you ever seen a bag to carry those? Those are pretty hefty, but
Do you want one that's like a real hefty, like can carry 30 pounds of gear, has lots of straps and stuff on it, like that kind of shit?
I'm thinking more of something that is reasonable to kind of sling over your shoulder, but as large as possible that maybe a gardener would use. So this kind of
Okay, like a sack instead of
Yes.
a backpack.
Yes.
Then a bit.
Sounds
a bit
good.
for
I
like a
will-
couple of them, really.
2.
But a sack is like something you hold on to rather than strap onto yourself. If you want something that straps onto you and without hands free, then you're talking about a backpack. Which in
Right.
some way you already kind of have.
Okay, then I'll just use what I have.
Yeah.
I would like
I
to.
don't want to be too much of a stickler for holding and
Oh, that's fine.
that kind of stuff. And I'm already kind of doing the tough rules. So I'm going to give leniency there and just say you all have backpacks and can carry up to your variant encumbrance.
I do have another question though.
Yeah, what's up?
When it comes to wizards and
Mhm.
spellbooks, I believe in Raw that I only need my spellbook to prepare my spells and to like restore them. So could I drop my book off at my family house and then do this mission? I just
Sure.
won't be able to. Okay, cool.
Yep.
I would
go ahead.
like to at some point drop that and the shattered crystal off, so there shouldn't be any magic on me.
Okay, it's home with your dad.
Okey-doke.
And you want to get rope? Is that right?
Who?
Do we have rope?
I thought somebody wanted rope. Is there anything else you want to buy?
I would like to buy the silk dress for myself, the silk thing, and
The robes.
common red clothes as well, and rope. Okay,
Wait,
Rope
so you
as well.
want a silk what?
silk vest. You said that we can like disguise ourselves
The robe.
if needed.
Oh, they
A
wouldn't
rope.
be made of silk. It'd be like fucking burlap.
Oh,
Like
okay.
you're dressing as common gardeners, not.
I thought you say silk, but never mind. Yeah.
No, I
Just-
definitely did not say silk. Yeah.
Okay, I'm deaf.
So that's just a bit.
All right, so mark it off. And I would like to buy commoner clothes as well for me. If I may. I know I do have 2. I have those. Don't mind.
So never mind. Is there anything else that people are buying?
I'll buy some commoner clothes for myself.
I will too.
Oh, you're already wearing them.
Okay.
Oh,
Commoner clothes, you're fine on commoner clothes. It's traveler's clothes
Traveler's
you want.
clothes.
If
or
you're going to
traveler's
the,
clothes.
if you're going
Yeah,
to the
traveler's
coins as
clothes.
something other than a slave,
Yeah.
then you buy traveler's clothes. That's 2 iron
Okay.
for each.
How much for commoners clothes? Since I have travelers clothes.
That's a great question. 'Cause Yeah, you don't want to actually come off as somebody who's a little like merchant style wealthy. Commoner clothes are 5 bits.
Cool. I will deduct that now.
And how much do travelers' clothes weigh? Or is it always like 1 for clothing?
It's 4 pounds.
Ouch.
The set I have is 1. Unless you want me to up it.
I probably was just being really nice. I'm looking up the.
Okay.
I'm looking up. It's probably I'm just probably trying to be real nice. When I said it was 1 pound. You're only wearing one set of clothes at a time normally.
Mhm.
So like whatever you're wearing normally is like we'll say like a pound, but if you're carrying extra sets of clothes, then I'm gonna have it be the full weight.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it's kind of like I'm discounting the normal scenarios, but the out of ordinary scenarios, I'm gonna stick to the rules.
Appreciate it.
Now commoner's clothes are actually only 3 pounds.
The buckles.
Yeah, those whatever it is. Okay. Anything else you're buying?
I'm good.
All right. Go ahead.
I'm gonna buy some traveler's clothes.
All right. For you, it is 1 iron instead of 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 1 iron and 5
1
bits.
iron.
Because I said a
Yeah,
3/4.
okay.
I said a 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No worries.
Other common items would be normally just half, but when it gets a little fancier, kids' clothes are still kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Back to the bronze Jakar, I suppose.
All right. You come back to the bronze Jakar. Is there anything you want to do before you do a long rest?
I will
Oh.
start making my pack, like trying to done out my take off my armor, packing it up on my on my backpack, if I may, and
Sure.
hit it with the sword and my stuff, my regular combat stuff. So
If
got
you
my
have
rough
any
ready.
like, and that goes for everybody else, and you just did it, so that's good. If anybody else has like two-handed weapons, or armor that's heavier than light, then it's not going to fit under a robe, and you need to put it in your pack. And I'm being really generous to certain people here, even allowing that. So a pike, for example, needs to be put away.
Right.
Or
No,
bows, or something.
Yeah, bows, they need to be put in a bag.
yeah, I totally forgot because we had done this in the chat. Me and Nadia should have just done this while I was shopping. Me and
It's
Nadia
okay. You can
switched.
go shopping again.
No, it's okay. Me and Nadia switched items, and what I was gonna do was I was just gonna ask you if I could use the broken sword pieces as like a dagger.
Yep, that's how we did it last time.
Okay, cool.
I think she had a rapier that broke, and I called it
Yeah.
a dagger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so we just switched weapons. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Also,
Are you taking the pike with you or no?
I will not be because I don't want to over encumber myself.
Plus, it's a strength weapon, I think. So
Yep.
I don't know if it'd be really great for you.
It's heavy two-handed. You can't use that.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking it would be easier for her to do that instead of us buying a sword. Shoot.
Yeah,
It's okay, I still got a dagger.
I've kind of allowed you to use the pike as like a finesse weapon, but it's really not meant to be.
Mhm.
But like, I'm just for you, I haven't retconned it, but for others,
Right.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
Did
I
you
mean,
say
we
we
can
need to-
just switch back if you want.
I mean, you could go buy a sword. Just tell me what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll go buy a sword.
More common or like, what is your class again? I'm having a brain fart.
She's a rogue.
Oh, mine? I'm a rogue.
Rogue? Yeah, okay. I want to make sure. So short swords, and scimitars are your best bet. What are you looking for? Or a dagger.
Ooh,
Like, you can
scimitar.
take a dagger. Yeah.
I mean, I have daggers. Well, I have a
Scimitar is
dagger.
25 iron.
Oh God.
If it's
Okay,
made of
never
if
mind
it's
on
made
that.
of if it's made of proper obsidian, then it'll be 25 iron.
Can you use battle axe, because I have 2 spare?
Battle axe, she can't finesse, so she'd be
Nah.
terrible with it.
All right.
A dagger is only 1 iron. I'm sorry, 2 iron.
Do you not?
Do you not?
A short
I-
sword. A short sword is is on par with damage as a rapier, for the most part, and well, actually, I think a rapier is a D8, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's a 1d8.
But it's on par with a scimitar, and that is only 10 iron.
I do also have 2 bone daggers on me that I'm not using.
Yeah, bone daggers are lesser in quality. They shatter very easily. For
But
I
proper,
think that's
for
Three.
proper,
what my
for
sword
proper obsidian
was.
items, you have to pay a bit more.
Hmm. I'll go with the short sword then.
Okay, 10 iron for that. It can still shatter, but it shatters less. Like a bone weapon just shatters. Period. If you crit fail.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead and put short sword in your inventory. It's assumed, unless it's worse quality, like bone, that it's obsidian. All right. Any other buying before we do a long rest?
I think we're set.
Okay. Yeah. I think
I'm
we're
scared
set.
to say so, but yeah.
Go ahead and, if you got something to say it now.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't want to
so
do this.
Go ahead and
Sorry, go
nope,
ahead.
you hesitated twice. Now it's gone. Now it's gone.
Let's go.
Give yourself the benefits of a long rest, and the morning will come.
How many hit dice do you get back?
Half.
That's
So
only 1.
Yep.
And how many hit points do we heal rest in?
None.
Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna roll again.
Yeah, you get 0 hit points back when you do a long rest. You have to use your hit die.
Okay,
we-
I'm tough.
Wait, we get our hit die back though, right? Or just 1 each long rest?
What's the rules as written for
Just-
getting your hit die back?
Rules as written is you get all your hit die back. No, wait, no. Sorry. Rules as written is on a long rest you get half your hit die back.
Okay, so half.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I didn't realize that. So my brain's not working. I did that before my long rest. Sorry about that, because I just want to make sure I'm at full health.
We'll just follow it from here on out. It's no big deal if something wasn't held to a T before. But have your hit die, or come back on a long rest. You can use your hit die on a short or a long. And long rests don't give you free HP. You have to use your hit die.
Right. Sorry about that.
Okay. No problem.
Alright.
So go ahead and use all that. Liliana comes back in the morning. And I assume y'all just are resting in your respective places.
Yeah.
If somehow y'all are able to avoid the cost of sleeping at home. I think I will just, as an oversight, not think about what the Templar is doing, because he would normally go home to his mother to sleep. But
No, I'm actually sleeping at the Bronzer car. I'm not
Okay.
sleeping at my mom's house.
it does cost you a bit to sleep at the Bronze Jakar, just so you know.
Alright. Paying it up.
But I think Alstos is sleeping at home.
Yep.
Some of y'all are wild and are just sleeping in stables and places like that.
Yep.
And so
Jeez.
we'll carry on. There's no silt storms or anything, so that doesn't cause anyone a problem.
Yay.
And then the morning comes, and Liliana's here. And she says, all right, let's see what you've got. And she's going to look at each person. in
I would
their
say I
disguise.
do have a room. Just let's do that in that place because, I mean, here in the open, people would be happy to see us changing. So, yeah.
I would assume you just all changed beforehand.
Yeah. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, I don't want to role play you guys changing your clothes.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
I
we
kind of
take-
want to get to the meat of this.
Can we take a small break so I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be right back then.
Sure, 5 minutes, 3:20.
I'm excited for
I'm
tomorrow.
actually really nervous.
Yeah, I am too. This is gonna go so badly. Gonna forget everything I wrote down.
Could be great.
Oh,
But
that
hikes
reminds.
are fun.
I'm looking over my notes. I got to the part where it's like, Lexi joined a gang. But no, I wrote down the notes of the Grigori Mansion. I'm probably gonna make a Google document out of that.
Sweet.
And I didn't necessarily join. I'm an associate.
Uh-huh.
To
So
be
I'm
fair,
the
Yeah.
I
lowest
think
of
we've
the
all
low.
joined the gang now.
Yeah. Elves are particular. They'll never call you part of the tribe. Only elves can be part of an elven tribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at best, it actually could be Arthur that joins the tribe. Strangely enough, they don't allow half elves usually. They're not considered kin to the elves.
Okay.
Although the ghost city will take in half elves.
I think that link should work. And you can edit it too, so if I missed anything, you can add to it.
Yeah. Also,
Oh, I spelled inaccessible wrong.
Laliana will give you the scroll that she has. So anytime you want to look at it, I will literally just pull you guys into the map like this.
Oh, okay.
So when you say, I want to look at the map, and I'll just do it like that.
I return.
Hey.
Okay. Also, as I was just saying, Laliana basically gives this chalk scroll over. So whenever you say, I want to look at the map, this just happens.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I
So-
made a link for a Google document with notes.
extra notes to accompany that map. So she hands the scroll over, and she says, "All right, let's get a look at that at these disguises." I'm just gonna go one by one. So she looks at Beastie. What's Beastie got?
She's wearing her common clothes underneath the apron.
Okay, is
She's
she
taking
wearing?
off her armor.
Okay, she's taking off her armor, and does she have any like big weapons? I don't think so, right?
No.
Okay, she looks at you and nods. Looks at Arthur. Says, "Aw, no Templar gear." And kind of wryly, and then so what do you got there? You got the apron over commoner's clothes and the armor in your bag,
Rip.
Arthur.
I think he also went
I
to the
think he's
bathroom.
still. Yeah,
Okay,
he went BRB.
We'll get up to him next. Jenny, she looks at you. How do you look?
She looks at me.
Jenny.
Okay.
Is Heatherly not here either?
I'm muted. Sorry. I am wearing my leather armor with the robes over top of it.
Okay.
And what else? Oh, and then I took some of my rope, and I was gonna kind of like take the broken dagger, the dagger thing, and kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if I can tie it somewhere. Like tie it to
You
like my arm or something, and that way I have a weapon to hide it.
Tie a dagger to a rope.
Yeah, or around my waist or something. Cause
Okay, I mean you could like just daggers usually come with a sheath. You usually
Oh,
have a
okay.
belt. So you
Sorry.
can just kind of like put the sheath on the belt and
Yeah.
have it under the robes, and
Yeah.
the robes conceal the light weapons like that. If it's light or
Yeah.
finesse, then it goes without saying that it goes under a robe.
Mhm.
So that's good. And then
Oh, and then I like have the apron, of course, as well.
yep, Nadia.
I am essentially doing the same thing with mine.
Yeah.
As Jenny.
Short sword's a finesse weapon.
Yep.
It goes under the robe.
Mhm.
Kind of just situated vertically up down.
Yeah, I've also coiled my tail around my waist too.
Excellent. And you got the apron over you. And as far as armor, I think you just wear light, so it can go under the robe.
Yeah, I'm going. I want my leather armor, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Underneath
that's
okay.
okay. And she looks at Arthur last, and the
Yes.
thing I said earlier was she kind of smiled at you, Riley, and said, "Oh, no Templar armor." And
Not today.
you've got what, robes over common clothes, and what about your? Don't you have like a two-handed weapon or something like that?
No, I do not. I'm using the black blade only, and it's hidden on my backpack with my shield
Okay,
and
in your
everything
backpack,
else.
perfect. Yeah, because it's not a light weapon. Do you use shields?
I do,
Okay,
and
that might have to go in your backpack as well.
all right, on the backpack.
Yeah.
Oh, Beastie's just got hers like strapped to her back.
Oh yeah, that
Her shield.
yeah, holding like gardeners don't have shields.
Oh,
It looks super conspicious.
I can just
Okay.
see
it
like
would go in your
Lolly.
back. It's like what are you guarding there, gardener?
No, I can just see like Loliana say, "Oh yeah, that looks nice. Can you turn around for me?" Like, "Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna work."
Now
I
if you're
mean,
if you-
Beastie's is just a piece of wood. You could just be like, I kneel on it. Oh, my knees don't hurt.
well, you can do that as a persuasion check or a deception. Actually, a deception check.
It's for
When
digging.
they ask you.
Cool, because I'm terrible at deception. That would go real well. I'll just take it off
Okay.
and put it in my bag.
Yeah. So she looks at the lot of you and says, "All right, all of you look like actual gardeners. Um, some strange gardeners, but gardeners nonetheless." And I assume just the two Dre have the hoods on, so your faces are concealed.
No.
No? Then
No.
she definitely is like, Dre are not gardeners.
Oh. Jenny just slowly pulls the hood over.
Yeah.
I had the hood on.
She nods and smiling and says, "Now it's perfect. I can certainly approve of this. So, I have nothing more to contribute. I wish you good luck."
We're gonna need it.
Since you skipped over me a little bit, I'm just going to carry like 3 flasks on me, not the entire alchemist kit.
And again, if things start to go a bit south, I can create a bit of a distraction outside. But if you're already in the thick of battle, it probably won't do shit. So, Is
there any cue for that distraction?
yes. Is anybody good at a bird whistle?
Bird whistle.
That's the one. Do that one, strong and clear, and I'll provide the distraction. Just be aware. It needs to be done before there's real trouble.
Sure.
Yeah. If there's a bit of trouble, if someone's suspecting something coming your way, it can be used. But once they're hot on you, it might go unnoticed.
All right.
I'm also
Alright.
gonna look at Laliana and say, if this goes right, it's been an honor knowing you and your father.
She smiles and says, "You've done quite well, or quite well yourself." And says, "No need for goodbyes today. I suspect you'll do quite good."
Sure do hope so.
We're counting on you. And she heads out. And as she comes by the door, she just goes, "Remember the whistle."
All right.
All right. You can now approach Grigori's mansion. Now, tell me. I'm just gonna ignore that. So tell me. So it's the morning, the next morning. Are you coming at this mansion from the front or the back, or is there some other idea you've got?
I'd like to avoid violence if at all possible.
Could just be murderous gardeners. That could be hilarious.
Jesus.
Must water the plants with your blood.
Blood for the blood god?
Yes.
Blood for the plant gods.
Crude approves.
So yeah, I think we're going to be heading in through the
Green
gardener's.
thumbs and red hands. That's what we should have named this, this session.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think we should head through the place where the gardeners go. I think that would be awesome. Unless y'all don't agree. So
No, that sounds like.
Was,
I mean, the safer
was
road.
there,
Seems to be your plan. I just don't want to assume anything.
yeah, was there a door from the back, like to get inside from the wall? Because I know there's
Yes,
a wall.
There's a door in the, there's a here. I'll give you the map. So the bottom left is the back, and there's a door that leads into the back of the mansion.
No, like this is from the outside perimeter wall to the outside of the mansion right here. This is a door. Okay.
So yeah, that's the front door. The courtyard. I kind of made the front view down there too.
I think I get it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. I mean, to some effect, Laliana is not an artist, so
No,
this
it's okay.
drawing is canon.
Oh, nice.
All right. So you reach Grigori's mansion from the outside, and I will pull you over to
The not drawn up map.
the estate.
Oh god.
So this is the way in, and there are 2 guards that are up here. You don't have to be right next to them, but you'll be essentially coming up to them. Here, I'll just expand this further. So there you are. Maybe not right there, maybe like further back, or even way back. But tell me what you do.
Oh shit, oh shit. So we're doing this? Cover
someone
yourself
else,
up, lads.
Someone else could talk. That'd be preferable. Last time I talked, I
I
had a
can do
little
this.
panic attack afterwards.
I can do this, don't worry. I think I'm able. Would be wise to disguise myself full face as well? Or
You don't need it. I mean, you're a little bit large for an elf, but you're an elf in common clothing with a apron for gardeners. So y'all are looking pretty plain right about now.
Alright. So I'll just tie it up with the clothes strap that I just made the other day. I'm just gonna make a man bun onto my hair and just follow my lead. Let's go. And I'll start moving ahead toward the guards.
All right, and you come near the guards, and one goes, "Halt! What is it you want?"
We were working hand gardens from Jakov. What's the name again? I'm sorry, out of character.
Jackal Gardening Service.
We are servants of the Jakor Gardening Service, and we are here to do our service for today.
With the question mark at the end. He kind of scratches his head and looks at the other one and says,
I know.
"What are we
They were
suspecting gardeners?"
they
Yeah,
were
the other one
expecting
kinda
us.
Shrugs. Give me a deception with advantage, given
A
your.
what?
Give me a deception with advantage,
Okay.
given your convincing look.
Deception.
With advantage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 13. Yeah, the other one kind of scratches his head and he goes, "What are we expecting gardeners?" And the other one goes, "I don't know." And he says, "Let me
there a-
inspect you.
Is there a back door?
This is the back door, sir."
Ah. I'm not from here. I'm not used to this place. I'm so sorry.
So we're just going to look at you, and he inspects each of you, and thanks to your own work and Laliana's inspection, he looks back at the other one and says, "They seem to be who they say they are. I've I have seen that symbol before. It is, they are down at the official courtyard. And the other one just kind of looks and goes, all right, and says, come through.
Thank you very much. And I'll just lead the way as bravely and non-stupidly I can to the way I think it's the
Kind
correct
of look
one.
at you. They look at the child, and but not with that much interest. You know, just like
Come, child.
one of
Don't
them
do
kind of
not be
pats you
afraid.
on the head.
It is bring your child to gardening day today.
Oh no.
And then I just stare at the ground.
And he just goes, tell her to do good work.
I'll pull Beastie
Beastie's just
beside
gonna
me.
go. Mama said if I do good job today, I can eat.
Oh god.
Jesus
no.
Christ! Oh my god.
Well, then do a good job, little one. Go on. That's hilarious.
While we're walking, can I just like
You
make
see, there's two archers. They kind of look over for a moment, and then just go looking back over at the wall. And there's one at the a guard at the door, the back door there. And you can see this is a very green area. Like it is. There must be a lot of water that's being used here.
Are these like food gardens
Yeah,
here?
they're like little food gardens, and that's
Well, because I'm assuming these are like decorative trees and stuff and
Yeah,
bushes,
they're
but
decorative
these look like
trees.
actual like kitchen gardens.
yeah, they are.
Nice.
Nice.
I
And
really
that's what
want to
you're meant
draw on this
to
map, but I'm not
garden,
going to.
Yeah. Beastie's gonna head straight for the
Do a perception
Actual-
check, please.
Only her.
Just anybody who's passing by here, you can all do it.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
gonna head over to the plants as well. But boop.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of look around as I go, but I'm gonna head straight for the kitchen garden more or less and start. I'm gonna get down on my knees and start like rifling through while I look around and
Okay.
pulling weeds and.
So Beastie and Alec, there's some glare on the windows here, but you can actually see through into this room. A guard sitting on a chair. There's a light fire inside, smoking at a fireplace.
Okay. Would it be a role for like? I'm
Gardening.
assuming the guards are not paying attention to what we're doing, really.
Well, this one's watching you, but I don't think a guard knows here or there what a gardener looks like they do when they garden, besides watering and other bullshit. You know, you could basically just kneel down and pretend you're tending to it and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Unless they're like, you know, trying to rate you on your gardening skills.
Okay.
Probably
What I was
fine.
gonna do is I'm actually going to, like I said, I was weeding, but what I'm actually doing is leaving the weeds alone, and I'm pulling like juicy, tasty bits of lettuce and stuff, because
Oh.
we're gonna have to like get that thing to let us handle it. So I'm like pulling some tasty greenery and pretending they're weeds.
Okay. I mean, yeah, guard might know that you shouldn't do that. So the
Well, no, I'm pulling a weed here and pulling a small sprout of lettuce here and pulling more weeds.
okay. Give me like a sleight of hand.
Yeah.
I'm not like pulling whole.
Yeah, that's okay. Give me a sleight of hand. And like, what are you pulling exactly? Just like a small, like you're not pulling like a whole plant out.
No,
or-
I'm not pulling a whole plant out. I'm just, pulling. I don't know how much you do with like plants, but basically, I would weed the garden and also I would start pulling out like the baby shoots that would be crowding the mature plants and would die off
okay.
anyway.
I thought you were just talking about like just harvesting some food.
No,
Never
no,
mind.
not
You don't need
harvesting.
you don't need a sleight of hand for that. You're just doing it. That's fine. Yeah, you're tending to it. I'll give you even a nature check if you're doing it real well. just see if you're doing a good job. It'd be more of like I don't know, almost like an herbalism kit thing, but this is not high stakes. What does everybody else
Yeah,
need?
I have a herbalism kit. I could roll that.
There you
This-
go.
this-
Yeah, I think
there's
humans
other-
are automatically good, proficient with the herbalism kit, and
Seeing what they have in this other bed over here, and actually
Yep.
trying to tend to it a little bit as well.
yeah, those are
Mhm.
actually like aloe plants.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
I'm gonna join Beastie and kind of try and um you know kneel beside her so that way I'm sitting in front of her, and then while I'm picking up weeds she can grab like the really good food if she wants.
Okay.
I'm trying to hide her 'cause she's small.
While all this is going on, the guard comes out of the door and looks over at him and this other guy and goes, "You're relieved. Go inside." And this one, without saying anything, just kind of heads out. And
From
this one kind of
the
raises a brow at you, but it doesn't say anything.
from the perspective that we had talking to Liliana, do we actually know where the stable is at the moment, right?
It's on the other side of this mansion.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm thinking. Shit.
I mean, obviously we can't talk to each other in character. Can we talk out of character about what we might want to do? Or do you
If
want
it's
us to?
if it's believable that this was a plan beforehand, if this is a plan that you're making with information that you have now, then no.
I would go to Astos and just like inspecting the
You can
same
whisper to each
garden.
other. It's it's a
Okay.
pretty high DC to hear a whisper.
Okay, I'm gonna whisper to him. We have to get in the other way of the mansion, quietly.
Well,
Do you think the distraction is gonna help now? I don't think so.
there's plants on the other side that we need to take care of, and it's a
Right.
real shame that we're the off shift and we haven't been here too much. That we're gonna have to find it,
Mhm,
right?
mhm. Yes, that makes sense. I look at everyone else in the group and just quite a bit loud this time, like just to do for the guards to hear this. I'll just say, now, we have a job to do in the other garden, so let's get moving. And I'll start heading to the garden at the door.
Is
Yeah, that
oh,
that-
where are you going?
We have to go to the next garden
Uh, where's the next garden?
on the
what-
other side.
Oh.
But
No,
we're
no
here
one,
the second.
no one's
we're
allowed
here-
in the courtyard. Not even you.
But we're here as the second shift, and there's notes that that the owner is very particular about the others, delicate, sensitive plants.
Look, we have a job to do. We just want to get it done. So we
Strict
can
orders to let
bother-
no one in the courtyard. Piss
Oh,
off.
well, but if all the plants die, well, I guess he'll just be mad at you since you didn't let us in to take care of them.
I'll be mad at the captain.
But
The
these
captain will
plants,
have my head if I let anybody in the courtyard. Now piss
Well,
off.
it isn't the courtyard. No, it's actually in the private quarters. It's kind of by the window. We just need to take care of them real quick. It's just that they're really sensitive.
Wait, in the house?
Yes, not the courtyard. We don't need to go out there.
Yeah. Fine. Just not the courtyard.
Right?
Thank
make
you
the
for
point.
understanding.
I want to see this room. I haven't seen it before.
Like I said, we're the second shift, so we're gonna have to look a bit ourselves.
It's fine.
I don't
Go
mind
ahead.
following you.
I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna be like, if you haven't seen it, maybe it's because you're not supposed to go in there.
We're allowed everywhere here.
Even in the courtyard?
Even in his bedchambers.
That's very intimate of you. But
It's fine. Go ahead, Alec.
I'll lead the way, and I'll push the door open.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll push the door open, and I'm blind. I'm blind. You see. So what you see is a door on your right, or I guess let's just say from your perspective as a player, it's a door on your left instead of saying your direction.
Okay.
And there's you see a sort of chef that's making food right now. He looks over almost flinchingly. His face is bruised, and he keeps quiet. And the guard comes in about halfway, and starts to follow you.
I'll
What
take
race
a
is
step
the,
ahead of the
chef?
guard.
The chef is human,
Okay.
and what you
Does
see as
he
you
have
go
any
on-
markings on him? Does he look like he's employed or slave?
you can do an investigation.
Oof.
As you're kind of walking through here, you don't get a good look at him, but he's in commoner clothes. It's not unreasonable to believe that he might be one of the slaves.
But he's bruised. Hmm.
Mhm.
And I'll just it's lit in here, so it's lit in here. So you see
From the map that Laliana made draw to us, do I have a clue of where the fuck that greenhouse is inside the house?
here's the map.
Where is it?
Tell me if you do.
Ah, fuck!
Did you click anything?
She pinged.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry for here.
Yeah, does not go out into the courtyard, but take care of this.
What is this place again? Over here? On the
That
top
green is, she said, through a window she saw a room with some greenery in it that can be gardened.
That's from the front that you saw, right?
It's close to the front side. It's not in the courtyard.
Not in the corner. Inside the house with the green thing.
Yeah. Also, keep in mind, she said the third floor is where you're going to get, or she said in the house is where you're going to get your payday. Meaning, like, if you want money out of this job, you got to steal it from the mansion. And there's a doorway on the first floor here, and there's a doorway on a third floor here. Yeah, and the gardening is on the first floor.
A DM.
Yeah.
I'm also going to be keeping my eye out for any pictures of Grigori himself, or who I would imagine Grigori to be.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
I will try to keep that in mind. And remind me again of the third floor, too, in case I forget by then.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to pull away from this map and back onto the estate.
All right. Jesus Lord.
Says, go on then. Find the other garden. The chef kind of looks over and he slaps him across the head and says, keep working.
Beastie's gonna growl slightly under her breath at that.
Sure.
Walk towards this door. Look
Mhm.
at the group. And open the door up. Get inside.
Yep. And there is a bunch of greenery in here.
Yep.
And he goes, you're right.
Am I free to do my work now?
Yeah, go do your work. And he starts to come back over to his post. Says, don't take too long.
Quick, thanks.
Pull everyone inside. And out of
And-
character, I was calculating what the fuck the place was, but that's okay.
Yeah. As you're going through, you also see that there's a room over. There's a staircase, and some men over here, And as you were going through the area, you hear them talking. One of them goes, and then I said, well, your mother is a Tarek. And the other guy says, Myra, you said that. And then what'd he say? Didn't say anything. Pulled a dagger from his sleeve and jumped at me. Rascal. That was fine by me. Wanted to put that knife here into the ground since 3 days prior. But now, I had a proper excuse.
He's
Alright,
definitely not the best people.
they're kind of violent. That's alright. Should we get ready then? I mean, I think this is our cue. Garrett, you ready? And try to ambush them.
As you were walking by the way,
Mhm.
you saw on the table that you walked past some crystalware that looked like it might be have some value to it. As you walked by the cook, you saw what looked like a pretty fine obsidian chef knife on the counter. And across the room in this direction, you saw like a bookshelf that had a number of like books there.
Mm.
So the house seems to be kind of laden with like nice little items.
Books are not
The
most
windows
common.
here, are open. Or I should say, are like you can see outside into the courtyard. And I'm going to show you the courtyard now.
Ooh, nice.
From the view that you're at. So this is the window that you see, and it looks directly at essentially a stables room. Or I should say not a stables room, but a shed with a hatch on the ground. If you kind of lean over at the windows, you can see a guard who's facing the doorway out there.
Shit.
And you see a couple men and a Jakar at the gate. The gate is closed. It's just that I can't really show.
Yeah.
I can't really change the art there.
So-
And this goes out, and you see that there's like men on like a raised platform that then goes up to more archers on a wall.
Fuck.
And
Is this
you can
guard
see like
facing
he
the
looks like he's
doorway
talking to
this
someone.
way, or is he facing? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're facing where they're facing in the game. I can twist him
This
around. He looks like he's talking to someone. You just don't have a good view of who he's talking to.
Okay, cool.
this stable right here. So like the only entrance is right here, or is there like is this a solid wall, or can you pass underneath of it? Because I know it goes underground.
You can pass under. You can pass. Well, there's sort of like a rickety wood wall on these sides.
Mhm.
So you have to pass through here.
Gotcha. Very important.
Yeah. It might be hard to just stroll underneath it.
Oh, well,
Alright, so
But
We-
if you have any hopes to get some money out of this, that will be the last location you likely go.
mhm. Right.
But you can choose to just go straight for the goal to mitigate risk. There just won't be that much reward.
okay.
All right, pulling you back into the estate.
Yeah.
Shit.
I assumed you closed it behind you.
Yes. Why?
Well, I mean, there could be a. Yes, that's always a plus.
You guys want to steal this guy? I mean, we're just here for the creature, right?
Money can
Right.
do a lot of things.
Oh,
Why
God damn
not?
it.
Nadia's just
I
kind
like-
of rubbing
I
her
like
hands
money.
together.
A little bit drool comes out of his mouth. But
And
Alec,
Beastie's gonna say, I mean, if we get caught anyway, we're dead, so we might as well,
Chose the easier path. The one
make a
that
little money.
Alec, think about that stone that I need for your. And I point at his backpack where his sword is. That's a little pricey.
All right.
Money would help with that.
God.
But that's a bit hidden. That might not be the most permitted, or something along those lines. Oh, actually, DM, are there any drugs that I know of that are like maybe frowned upon but not necessarily outright illegal?
Ooh.
Kind of
That's
spin
a
this.
great question that like I'd probably spend 30 minutes on researching to give like a good answer. Um, I'd say let's cut to the chase. What's the goal that you're going for?
I want to kind of be able to spin a lie to the guards, be like, "Hey, we're going to go upstairs to take care of Grigori's Drudene stash. That is, perhaps not, perhaps not the most, enjoyed upon by legal or Templars that would not like it. But or just something that's straight up illegal that I could spin off to them, be like, "Hey, we're here to take care of that too. We need to go up to the third floor."
Yeah,
let me
spice.
think. Do like an insight check.
Insight, not nature.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that may be a good idea.
I'm not asking.
Oh boy. Well, jeez. Perhaps we could spin it off that we're here to take care of some.
Drugs are pretty rampant in this. You want to kill yourself with drugs. They're pretty free about that. I would say it's something more embarrassing, like a drug for like male performance or something like that. Would be
Okay.
would be more like it sounds like you're going for something like something discreet.
Yes, something
that you want to keep discreet. So something embarrassing to Grigoryanov.
Oh God, I want to do this.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah,
you think that's a perfectly fine idea.
so there's a supplement that some of the customers come to the Coins District for that helps with kind of gesture towards the crotch performance. Perhaps we're here to take care of that for him, so it's a fresh source, delicate plant.
Beastie raises her hand and she's like, I got it. I got this one.
Wait, what?
Open the door and head out.
Okay.
I'm heading very confidently upstairs.
And then I bashed his head in, right?
Well,
and a fucking brains came out. And let's just do a stealth check.
Oh, I'm not being stealthy. I'm very confidently heading up.
Okay. In that case, he's just gonna hear you. He's gonna spin around and go, "Hey, little girl, what are you doing there?"
I'm gonna look up at him and go, I have to go upstairs to go take care of the master's special plant in his bedroom.
Special plant, is it?
Yeah, the one that makes his thingy not go all limp and small.
Hey.
And they both look at each other and crack up laughing. And he said, one of them goes, "Quite funny, but full of shit. I've taken a shift in that room. There's no plants in there."
Well,
what are you talking about, little girl?
It's not something he keeps like out. He wouldn't want his mistresses to know that he can't, perform for them without a little help.
And
I kind of shrug a shoulder, like, you know what I mean?
Go ahead and make a deception check.
Oh, that'll be just terrible.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. So the one looks at the other and goes, "You think a fucking little girl knows about Yugoryanov's dick problem, huh?" Why don't you wander off, girl? Go put your nose in some real greens.
Just
I
gonna
would.
shrug and be like, okay. But when he can't get his rocks off, it's not gonna be me he's gonna be beating, and it won't be his meat. So I'm gonna turn
He laughs
around and
as they they kind of chuckle off about it, but they don't seem too concerned.
Since we're out here, is there a latch on this door to lock it?
It looks like there is a latch that can be put on from the inside, although it's not on right now, and that's probably because there's foot traffic in between this door, you know, changing shifts and that sort of thing.
Okay.
They sit back down where they were, although this one's now kind of taking a look at you.
Just kind of look back over towards Alec and kind of give a bit of a shrug.
We do have see if people didn't.
Start heading back towards the room.
Where was I? I was fucking bashing his head in, right? And all this pig stuff came out through his eyeballs. Well, I was wondering, you think that's brains, is it? And the other one
Wait a
goes,
second.
yeah.
Beastie's going to mutter under her breath, maybe not so quietly, and go, like, you'd recognize brains, wouldn't you need some to...
Wait a second. I would talk to the guys, and while I'm doing it, you guys go upstairs then, right? I mean, anyone stealthily do it.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay.
Sure.
And I'll start moving to the guards.
Natty, do you want to
And I'll
Sorry,
grab
I'm-
Beastie by the hand. I'll grab Beast by the hand and drag her with me.
Was you saying that before we headed back?
Yeah, I said that before I
Okay.
head back.
So, and I would have asked Natty to join me.
As
Or go first, I guess.
As you approach, he goes, yeah?
I'm
What do
sorry.
you want, Gardner?
I want to have a quick word with you, real quickly.
Make it
This-
quick.
This kid over here with me, I have to say, she's a bit troublesome with some words sometimes. She doesn't know how to speak too much, but she's trying to do her job. So, thing is, I actually sent her upstairs because she has to deal with a certain matter that your master, our master, has to do with. And it's kind of private, and she kind of spoke out of turn a little bit and under the beastie while saying that to her, like with an angry face. Just
Just gonna get the most innocent look on my face and go, what?
don't give me that.
what-
Don't give me
That's
that.
what.
No.
That's what you said it was for.
And if you don't behave this time, you will get no dinner tonight. Okay? And I'll just look back at her.
No, hold on. Roll a stealth check if you're doing that.
I did.
Mine didn't go through for some reason. No.
Okay.
If I see them, if
stand
I
up
see
quick for that, and say, "Hey, I thought I told you, there ain't no plants up there."
I'm going to just stand here and be like, oh no, we were sitting on the stairs to listen. And I'm going to sit down on the very bottom one.
Give me a deception.
I was going to go, great. -2, guys. A 3.
Yeah, the other one stands up, and the one here says, "Look, all yours are making me nervous, yeah? Now,
It's
I'm sure the boss has got lots of things that he thinks are got to be real secrets for you, but he only needs one of yours to work. So maybe I could slice one of your throats, and then well, the rest of you can do what the job you're supposed to do. But you've got to tell me what it is, and I know there ain't no plants up there."
That's what I'm trying to tell you, my friend. She's not gonna be dealing with plants. She's gonna be dealing with something special from your boss that he keeps away from most of the people. And we are the people that handle it. You understand? We're just gonna refill it.
Use gardeners, use pretty boy and children gardeners do this. Give me a deception with disadvantage.
Fucking.
Their patience is very thin at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Shit, we're gonna get into a huge fight, aren't we?
Oh my god! Yes, I nailed it!
Okay. He says,
Sorry.
all right, you's gonna tell me what exactly it is. No harm, no foul. I won't tell the boss.
Alright. How to put it like this?
I told him it's the stuff that make his dick work.
Yeah.
They kind
I
of look at
can-
each other and chuckle again.
I can't make any clearer than that, so. If I try and understand this, you should as well, so. I'm sorry. I don't want to be rude here, I just want to do my job. I don't want to lose my fingers because of this. That's why I'm saying
And I
this to
want
you.
to eat tonight. I haven't in like 4 days.
Yo, Gavril, would you like to see what the boss's dick stuff is, eh? He says, yeah, could be good for a laugh. All right, go on, gardeners. Go on. Show us the dick stuff.
The dick stuff. I look
Yeah.
at. I
on.
just look at Astos.
Up the stairs.
It's we're with the second shift, so we know what we're looking for, but it might take a moment to find it. It's a lot of lubricants and
Oh, we got
a lot
a
of-
moment, mate. Go on.
Okay.
Let's just see it.
Okay, let's start heading up.
Go upstairs.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
Sure, let's do it.
Kid, would you mind staying down here and taking care of the garden in that room over there, please?
What, who? Beastie?
Yes. I'll look at PC.
Okay.
All right. So we let us big people deal with this, adults. We start moving up with the guards. Jesus fuck.
Yeah, go on, little girl. Don't want to see no peck of juice.
Jesus.
Hey,
We're waiting for the
Hey,
area
guard.
to.
didn't that knife here as you cut down, didn't it look kind of like Pretty Boy over here? He says, yeah, it kind of did.
Leave him be. He's just doing his job.
Oh, are you just waiting on me?
Yeah.
It's just a
Yep.
staircase. So, are you going to the next floor?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Yep.
bad. I didn't know you were waiting on me.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So what you see is you come out of this staircase here.
Mhm.
The windows overlook. Go ahead and place yourselves on the stairs that are on the left side. The windows overlook the backyard.
The stairs on the left side.
The windows. Yeah, stairs on the left side.
It's this room. No. Or no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Move to the okay.
I'm
Yeah,
writing
On the
down.
map, go all the way to the
Over
top
this
and
place.
start moving
Mhm.
to the right until you see a new room.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, I wasn't very specific there. That was my bad.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's
I
up and right
understand.
from the garden
Yeah.
that we're at earlier.
So
Gotcha.
start placing yourselves there.
So Nadia, follow.
Left side.
It's
Oh God.
Yeah,
Hold on
so-
a minute. Ugh.
As you're going up the stairs, you
Right
hear
over
some
here.
more conversation between
Okay.
guards that are sitting overlooking the backyard.
It's
You see
super
them-
dark for me. Sorry.
You guys zoom out.
And one of them goes, "This is kank shit and you know it, Vijar. Why do you cover for him?" The other one says, "You did not complain when you filled your water skin. Just shut up." "Fine, but it is my turn next."
I whispered you on roll 20
This side, not the right side.
because I didn't want to interrupt while you guys were.
Yeah, sure. It's next to the chef.
It's next to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many bucks?
I would turn
Oh.
back to the guards.
When we were over here talking to the guards, can I see what was further in the room?
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no problem.
In that case, I'm just gonna grab a couple books and shove them under my
Okay.
apron.
To say that you've got a couple books. The books they look like they're fiction, like stories about, heroes and that kind of thing.
I'm just grabbing like randomly because
Yeah.
Ostos looked interested in them, so I'm just gonna grab like
They're about 5 pounds each. They are worth about 2 iron each.
I said one, so I guess
I thought
one.
you said you grabbed a couple.
I did,
Okay.
but then I rolled for it, so I guess I'm just like, nah, okay, I'll take this one.
It's a book called Hagar the Giant Slayer, and it talks about a great Mull who slew a giant in the arena and his exploits and that kind of stuff. It's fictional. It doesn't appear to be an actual Hagar. Okay, and so that book is worth 2 iron and weighs 5 pounds. All right,
Okay,
so the
that is
two
a
of you-
really fucking heavy book.
Yeah, it's the D&D rules. I don't know why, but they call them 5 pounds, so I'm just gonna keep it that way. All right, so a lot of you are ushed up the stairs here, and he points at and one of them that sits on the chair goes, "What is this?" And he goes, "Don't worry about it, Vijar. Something about a dick." And Vijar goes, "I don't want to know." And they kind of roughly push you around upstairs. You get a glimpse of like a hallway here or two.
Okay.
And you're going to be pressed up. This is a weird way of you going through this. I did not predict this, but then again, I never do, so it just is what it is. So go farther right, and you'll see a staircase that you come up to. Oops.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't need to pull all 3 men there. There we go. Yeah. So, the pink stuff is brains. Galar. Brains, is it? So I literally knocked his fucking brains out then. Yeah, you knocked his fucking brains out. You see what I labeled 3. Can you see that?
Yes.
That appears to be a store or a door made of stone. It's heavy. And if you look out over here, well, that appears to be probably the archer's access. Based on the map, I don't feel like pulling back into it.
No worries.
And you can hear some muffled words beyond this door here. Go ahead and do perception checks.
Ugh,
I'm so scared of rolling.
me too.
Nice job, Ostos.
Cool.
And it's gonna be a 20 DC, so I think Ostos is gonna be the only one who gets it.
Oof. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Because basically I'm doing whisper rules here, but instead of a whisper, it's just talk behind a door.
Right.
There's still one person who can make a roll. Who is it?
I mean, we have one person downstairs,
it
too.
can't. Yeah, Kelrona can't because she's not upstairs. So this is what you hear, Ostos. Actually, you know what? Let's do it in secret just for fun.
Okay, cool.
You hear some talk.
Damn it.
Okay.
So this is the plan. You, Alec.
This
you're
is
gonna-
not the plan.
This
Alec
is the
didn't want to
plan,
do
okay?
this.
Okay, this is the plan. We're on a stairwell.
Go.
Nobody can hear us. Whack them really hard. I'll be with you. Okay, we'll both whack one. I'll whack one guard. You whack the other.
If I whack, I will do 3 damage to them if I hit.
But you're trying to
If
knock them
I hit.
out. Try and knock them
3
out.
damage to them.
Stab him in the chest.
If I just try to pick up my sword over here, they're gonna suspect something. I can't knock
Okay,
them out.
fine. Never mind. Let's push him out a window.
That doesn't sound smart because if we push them out of it, they will fall and people will see and they will
Yeah,
be
and they'll
alerted
be
and
like,
everybody
"Oh
will die.
my god, that poor man, he jumped out the window because Grigori's a dick." That's what we
Nice
should do.
timing. Gregor is a dick.
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of you just hear there's some kind of
Mumbo jumbo.
conversation happening behind that door, and it gets to one point where somebody's kind of yelling at the other. And I'm actually going to say the last part because he raised his voice enough that those who got double digits, so everybody but Jenny, sorry Jenny,
I got
will
a
hear
6, by the way, guys.
Yeah. So you hear the tail end of it, what Helio heard the whole thing, but the tail end of it is, "Do I look like a fucking jester, Shinu? The Crawdloo in there is worth both of your salaries combined. And the Lord swears to the Queen that House Langston covets it enough to steal it. And another thing, if I say so much as a single scale out of place on that beast, I'll feed your bloody corpses to it." Okay, that's what's happening. The guards keep marching you. They march you down this hallway.
Over here?
So the other one goes, "You think this fucking dick stuff works, huh?"
Yeah, sure.
Okay, are they all keeping us in front of both of them?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
pushing you along.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door.
You open the door, and it actually kind of knocks into something, and you hear what? It's not the post yet. Still got the post for a little while. And you hear one in the back say, "Fuck off the door!" And he moves over so that you can get out. Here.
I'll get inside.
And there's a maid who looks terrified, who's like changing the bed at the moment. And they say, "These ones say they've got some kind of herbal dick stuff." And this one goes, "What, in this room? You saying the Grigori's got the dick stuff?"
He has actually like
So
multiple.
they say.
I know there's one over here. There's the lubricants over there. Over here towards Alec. Make sure you get those. Those are really sensitive. They'll give them a rash if the hand is wrong.
Jenny, if you don't move, they're gonna shove you in.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm gonna
Hello.
open the
Just
cabinet and
typing
try to
something.
look for something.
Oh, okay. I gotta keep with the everybody's doing movement, and I gotta
Mhm.
make sure they, I'm keeping along with everybody doing stuff here.
We're gonna kind of like sidestep the. Looks
Yeah.
like another slave or like a servant.
Yes. And she just kind of backs into the wall,
Okay.
and watches you.
It's pardon me real quick. I actually need to get over there by underneath that. If you could move. He keeps his stuff underneath. Okay.
And she backs away and says, "Yes, Lord." She looks like she's just trained to say "Yes, Lord" all the time. You look under the bed. Funny enough, you do find something.
Okay.
Oh
You
god.
find a lockbox.
Oh my
Interesting.
god.
I wrote this in beforehand.
Fuck.
Okay. So underneath, can I see any of their feet?
No, just the lockbox is underneath the bed.
No,
In
no.
this
Can I
room,
see any of the guards' feet from like underneath the bed?
yeah, sure. Why not? Also, in this room, you see there's an hourglass. Looks like it's a fancy hourglass made of crystal that's on the kind of the stand near the bed. There's a burning candle next to it with a what looks like a sort of like iron holder on it. And there looks like there's a dresser that's half open, filled with fine clothing.
Okay. So.
And
Okay. One second.
so one of them walks over to you and says, "Yeah, there's stuff under there." And he looks actually
yeah.
kind of amused at this point.
Yeah. So like while I'm like grabbing underneath of there, and I see that guy coming over, I would like to cast Charm Person.
Okay. I will roll what's a wisdom saving throw?
It's a Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. You rolled a 4.
Okay.
Okay, he
Okay.
is charmed. He considers you a friendly acquaintance at this
Yes.
point.
Like, yes. It usually keeps it stashed under here, and I'm gonna pull out the lockbox and put it on the
Okay.
bed.
And he goes, "Oh, you were right. Hey, you see this? You see this shit?" And the other one's saying, "Yeah, I see this shit." And he almost looks disappointed, like, but so he says, "All right, go on, open it.
Okay. Go to try to open it.
Can you believe this shit?" You open it, and inside is 49 iron coins
Oh my!
and 10 gems worth about 5 iron each.
Ooh.
And he goes, "Holy shit! That's a lot of. There's no herbs in here though. No dick stuff.
Looks like
You
he
sure you know
didn't
what you're
leave
talking
it.
about?"
Usually he has it in here. He might have used it all up last time. He gets rather vigorous from what we hear. Lots of supply. I'll shut it. I'll put it back underneath.
You
Yeah,
do know
he just
that
shut
we
it and put
have.
it underneath, and he goes, "All right, well, so you don't have the dick stuff then?"
Alec, is there any dick stuff over there?
Do I find anything on the cabinet?
You go to the cabinet, and you just find like a bunch of like mundane, papers and stuff. There's like I said, there's the crystal hourglass and the candle that looks real nice.
Can I?
But that's about it.
Oh
You
fuck!
don't see any dick stuff in here.
I'm gonna do something really stupid. Then I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick up like one of my incenses that I have.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try
You're
to
gonna
be like
try to pull out of your bag real.
just
slyly?
stealthily.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
I'm gonna try to pick up the incense and my health potion that I have.
Okay. I'll allow you to do that on one sleight of hand check, but I'm being kind of generous here. So go ahead and give me that sleight of hand.
Oh Jesus, it's good. It's good. I think it's good.
Okay. It's the Astos, your friend, is looking at you, so he doesn't have to roll. But I'm gonna roll perceptions for both of these guys against your thing here. Yeah, Nadia, they're not meant to be likable. This is what I was talking about language. I was like, I hope nobody's sensitive to like rough language and shitty people. They're not meant to be. They're not meant to be likable, you know. Okay, so I don't have exactly a perception check, so I'm just gonna roll their flat wisdom. 2 rolls. They don't seem to notice.
Yes.
That you pulled it from your own pockets instead of from the drawer. So you kind of open up the drawer, and as you've got one hand in there, you kind of slyly pull the incense and a bottle of healing, and put it in your put it into the drawer as well, and then kind of as if you pulled it out of the drawer. Here they come.
I pull them
There
off.
you go.
It's over here.
Is that it?
Yeah, you gotta do something with mixture, and I'll just put them over the cabinet and just try to fake a kind of alchemist vibe kind of thing. And I just like
sure.
open
I
the
mean,
cork.
at this point, they think it's from the dresser. So whatever you're doing, they just kind of go along with.
I'll just like try to get a bit of the cinders from the incense out of the thing and just rub it outside of the healing potion, and then pinch just a little bit inside in the health potion and cork it back in.
Yeah.
Just
And
over
one
here.
of them looks back and goes, this one for a second, he looks back and says, "By all, this is like some weird sorcerer shit, isn't it?" And this one goes, "Yeah, real fucking weird, isn't it? But what they speaks is true. So you done did your work then, yeah?"
Yeah, it's quite all right. And I'll just my friend put it over there in the box that he usually keeps. Is the best place to refill it, and I'll just like toss Astel the health potion, and so he can put it in the lockbox. And I'm hoping that it keeps lockbox.
Yeah. How big is the lockbox? Yeah.
It's big enough to put the potion in there, we'll say.
Is it big enough to put in a bag?
The whole lockbox?
Yeah.
Oh, to just shove the lockbox in your whole goddamn bag?
Yeah. I'm trying to get an idea of how big this is.
Does your character think that's a good idea? 'Cause that looks like stealing.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely get that. I'm trying to portray this in my head.
Yeah.
Like how big is the lockbox?
it's like a size of a laptop, I guess,
Hmm.
with a little bit more height to it, but not much.
Okay. I'll take the potion and I will open back up the lockbox and put it in there and push it back under the bed.
Okay, you've placed a potion underneath the bed. It's all very convincing. They're going along with this. And goes, yeah.
I
So
will try to rush the guards off the room with me. I'm just like getting out and just. So if you actually have a real interest in this kind of stuff, it's not that hard to deal with. And I'll pull them outside of the room, like calling them and just talking about the potion and how can we make the potion for them if they need.
so you're trying to lead guards out of the room while there's others still with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just typing what I'm doing.
I'm gonna need like a persuasion or something like that.
All right. I like that.
With possible advantage since one of them is close associate
Yeah.
with me, a close
Yeah.
acquaintance.
I mean, the one that's with you is just with you, but he's trying to pull another one along,
Yeah.
and he's not a friendly acquaintance. So
I,
okay.
No.
I'm just
It's not
pretending.
it's not a crit fail. It's just not a
It's
success.
just a fail. Okay. Okay.
So he
That's
says he sees you walking out, and he just looks at the others and says, "All right, job done."
Oh, I'm
Like, putting
sorry.
putting a hand out for you to walk back out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering, where did the master get this hourglass? It is very nice.
Fuck if I know. Just supposed to guard it. Probably from one of them fancy coins places.
oh, DM, are there any pictures, or have there been any pictures?
Oh yes,
of-
thank you. On the wall above the fireplace is a beautiful painting of Grigory Yanov. Judging by his look, he looks like a large, strong man, if not a little bit on the portly side. A real power lifter, so to speak. He's like atop a beautiful crodlu with like a metal sword in hand, kind of out into the air. Very, very dramatic and heroic looking. He's got like a coat that like blows in the breeze, and his they kind of, they kind of make the portliness look good, if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
It's a very photogenic portly man, as far as the painting goes, and he's got like a beautiful full head of hair, except for the top of the head, where there's some male pattern baldness, and it's that's the painting.
Okay, cool. Thank you. That might be useful.
Of course.
um,
All right, so it's probably 30 years. Yeah, and he looks like he's probably a little over the hump of middle-aged, but not by too much. Like he looks like he's still a fighting age in this painting.
Seeing the guards pointing towards the door, I'll just kind of nod and say, "Oh, after you."
I insist.
No, I insist.
No, I mean I fucking insist.
Oh, I was being nice, and I'll just slowly trot, just sullenly. Oh.
Right. Oh yes, good job. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Just want to
There's-
stab him.
there's one last thing I need to take care of. This is a
I
bit
know how to
more.
do.
Yeah, as they're heading out, I talk to my friend right here. I'm like, there's one last thing I need to take care of, and it's a bit personal of the masters that we need to apply some of the lubrication to some of his things. And I'll point towards the servant. She knows what I'm talking about.
She looks terrified,
Oh
and he
my
goes,
God.
oh yeah, sure, no problem. And but the
Do you-
one over
do-
here goes, hey, go on, he's done,
Nick-
isn't he? And this one actually goes, he's fine. He knows what he's talking about. And I'm gonna have him roll an advantage persuasion for you.
Okay.
Yes! And he goes, all right, whatever. And he says, you vouch for him. It's your fucking egg. Rest of yous, go on. He says, yeah, he's cool. And the rest of you, they're gonna press out of this room.
Okay, I gotta say this guy, like, if you could just give me a couple of moments. These are some really private items, and he might not want anyone else to know. If you
He
could,
kind of laughs and goes, not bad, eh? Give me a persuasion. Give me a persuasion with advantage.
okay.
He says, I kind of got a job to do. You know, I'm supposed to look and all that.
Oof.
Now, these are just DCs instead of opposed. So he goes, but look, I'll give you like 1 minute, all right? Just make it quick. The rest of
George
us
would be
don't like, workers being in the rooms alone.
No, I understand totally.
This guy, hey, just look the other way, yeah? He says, whatever, I don't want to get involved in this. And he looks away. And the other one helps escort the two of you back down.
Okay.
This one will remain friendly to you, though, until the duration runs off, I assume.
Correct, which is an hour.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Technically there's 3 of us, but
what did I say?
you
You
said,
said
the
two of us.
Oh, I think I meant the two of them.
Oh.
We'll bring it down, maybe. Or maybe I
Okay.
just misspoke.
Is she a human, elf, half elf?
She looks to be a half-elf.
Okay. I'm going to kind of look over to her real quick, kind of like pull my hair back a little bit, and be like, "Listen."
Wink.
Yeah, yeah, no. Like, listen, we can get you out of here, but you have to come with us. It's going to be dangerous, but you can be free.
She kind of looks at you and goes, I don't know where to go.
Meet us in the bottom floor where the plants are, and then I'll just be like, but you're gonna have to hurry after this. And then I'm going to reach underneath and grab the lockbox.
Okay.
Persuasion check for her.
I don't think she needs to be persuaded.
Okay.
She looks terrified in general. I have a feeling these slaves are not treated well.
Okay.
I'll just leave it at that. And she says a little bit loudly, I just need to tidy up before I work anything downstairs. And she starts kind of dressing the bed a bit.
I'm gonna grab the lockbox and kind of like put it in there and kind of
Do give me,
Makes
you know what? Give me a charisma check though. Just give me a general charisma check.
Oof.
She swipes the hourglass and lightly tosses it to you.
okay. I will also filter that.
Ask her name and pay her a beer.
And she kind of like, I'm gonna say when you're handling the lockbox, give me a stealth with double advantage. Take 3 rolls and give
Okay.
me the best result as she coughs over any noise that you might have made.
You said sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand, because the lockbox is can make noise and there's coins and gems.
Yeah, it's
in
coins
it, so,
inside of it.
So 3 rolls. What this represents, so the 9, the 16, and the 21 are the first 3 rolls. That's what we'll be taking.
Okay.
So, effectively, you get an advantage for the fact that only sound is taking place, and then the one sound you make, she coughs over. Sorry, and you've got it in your bag.
Okay.
Put in your bag 49 iron, or you can do this in the group loot. It's fine.
Yeah, I've just kind of
49
noted
iron,
that.
10 gems worth 5 iron each, and an hourglass that
We can note it later.
crystal hourglass is worth 25 iron.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to be like, after I put that back, oh, my hands are so moist now. Ugh.
You hear the guy go, "No, look now, this is fucking ridiculous.
Yes, I've placed it back. Oh,
All right, shove off then."
yes. Thank you. I'll head out.
And she says, "I have some things to tidy below. He says, go on. And yep, you go.
Just gotta say this, Aaron. You have to name that NPC now. Just saying.
Which one?
This
maid?
one, the lady. She's an MVP.
Oh, the gal?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just messing around. Don't worry
Oh
about
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll name anybody who it starts to become important.
it. God, that was awesome.
That was pretty awesome.
Well,
Actually,
if
if you don't
Alex
have
is-
inspiration, you have it now.
Who? Everyone?
Okay.
Specifically Ostos.
Oh,
So that was quite a display, or a combination of
good.
displays, I should say.
Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot of pressure, but that was really fun.
that was
Yeah.
a lot. Jesus.
Okay, so you make your way downstairs, and I'm just gonna pull these two back over to the first floors where they're gonna usher you down. But if you have any plans to do something in between, just let me know.
Just gonna head back down and kind of gesture people towards the small plant
Yeah.
room again.
And you can tell there are other goods in this house. That wasn't the stuff in Grigori's room, wasn't it? It wasn't the only thing, but might have been the best thing.
So I didn't want to interrupt while they were doing their thing, but I wanted to be talking to the chef.
Yeah, sure.
Like I wanted to wander over and like hop up on the stool and watch what he's doing and
And he goes, and he sees he's dwarven. And he goes, hello, little girl. Are you supposed to be in here?
I'm gonna lean over and I'm gonna go, no.
And you see him smile just a little bit and says, careful. They'll beat you for no reason at all.
And I'm gonna look at his face and go, that's okay. I can take it. It's not the first time.
You just see a sad smile on his face. He says, and he just sort of nods. He says, such is this life.
But I got away from mine. Maybe I could help you get away from this one.
He almost kind of gives a bitter laugh and says, this is my lot, lass. It's the best I can do.
Are you sure? 'Cause I know a couple of dwarven brothers that do mining and stuff, and maybe they could use another hand.
Me, a miner. Ah, that would be quite a calling. Like my father before me. But, little girl, the way this house works, I am property of Grigoryanov.
I'm gonna actually. Can you take me to the secrets channel, or go to the secrets channel real quick?
Yeah, of course. Going over.
I've got a
Jesus.
plan.
Ooh.
I've got a plan.
I kind of want to steal
Okay.
the crystal, and I'm thinking. Sorry, I interrupted you. Never mind.
No.
So there are. I'm going to relay to you guys that there's guards downstairs. You guys are gonna need to take them out. But Ansel's gonna throw a plan at you guys real quick.
Okay.
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 So let's get back in the room,
Mhm.
buckle up
Yep.
our equipment, and storm out, or give
Out.
the whistle and storm out.
Yes,
Sounds
no.
good.
Out the
Okay.
window.
Yeah, out of the
be a
window.
distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try to open the window, whistle, wait for a bit, and then storm out. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I have to get.
So he
50
says, what
back.
does a former slave capable of doing for this one?
I'm
He looks
gonna-
kind of genuinely curious.
I can help you get out of the mansion and get to where the. Do we know where the brothers are?
They're like somewhere in the lower quarter. They kind of gave you their whereabouts. So yes,
Okay.
you could do it.
Yeah, I can get you out of. Do you ever leave the mansion for things?
Yes. When I have to go fetch some something from the butchery.
Are you guarded when you do that? Or does your master trust that you're sufficiently cowed?
Well, I'd starve on my own, so I come back.
She nods and she goes, okay. If the next time you go to the butchery, when's the next time you're supposed to go to the butchery?
Um, uh, suppose and when the sun starts to get low.
Okay. I don't know if I'll be done with what I'm doing now, but if you trust that I can take you to those brothers, I can make sure you won't starve for a few days. And I'm gonna pull out 5 iron, and
Whoa. Okay.
in my hand, I'm gonna pull out 5 iron and show it to him.
That's like 50 days worth of eating and
Yeah,
drinking
I
for a
know.
poor person. And
I
he
know.
looks at that kind of wide-eyed. It's probably the most money he's ever looked at. And he goes, um, I don't suppose you make that gardening.
I'm gonna chuckle lowly and go, as if I would ever again serve a master.
He looks at you kind of incredulously and says, do you think the dwarves would hire me?
I think that they could use the help, and if they don't, then you'd be set with this for a good long while anyway. You could get out of the city maybe and find work instead of slavery.
At this point, he actually puts his chef knife down and kind of kneels to you and puts his hand on your shoulder and says, bless you, child. God not bless you. I will do what you say. You have a trusting face.
I'm gonna tell him that if the next time he goes to the butcher, instead, go to the butcher like normal, because I'm assuming that anything he buys gets put on a tab, right? I
Uh,
don't think that they trust him with money.
yeah, they don't.
Yeah, so go to the butcher like normal, but instead get lost instead of coming back and head down to the low quarter and find the tavern, the Bronze Jakar, because I go there a lot. And if you tell the lady that runs it that you're looking for me because we're friends, you'll be okay there.
Aye. I'll do that.
But you might as well get a bit of meat on, this asshole's price, right?
And he smiles and it'll be more than a meal. It's a whole Jakar I'm bringing back.
Well, I bet the Bronze Jakar could do with that meat, and you'd have maybe a place to stay in the storeroom while you wait for me to get back to you. And they might even pay pretty
He smiles and
iron or two for it.
he smiles and says, I've never actually eaten Jakar. I haven't had meat in a long time. And he kind of looks down at the stuff he's cutting hungrily and says, that would be really nice. I'm Grievnall, by the way.
I'm Beastie.
Nice to meet you, Beastie. Bless you. Now, carry on before I catch you.
Is he using the obsidian chef knife, or is it just laying off to the side?
It's off to the side. He's using a bone knife for some of the softer stuff. Looks like the obsidian might be used for something else.
Okay. I'm gonna pick it up and look at it. Does he react to that at all?
He looks at you and says, Can I bring that with me tonight? They'll know if it's taken now. They take stock of things around here.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna go, I think you should bring it with you tonight.
Small gift. The only gift I can bring for a blessed child. I will do that.
Oh, I meant like, because why shouldn't he take it with him? But
It doesn't even cross his mind. It's just like, He's so
take it.
brainwashed. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He just thinks you want it and you should have it. That's the only thing going through his mind
Oh,
right now.
I'm
And so
gonna lean over and give him a hug.
he takes the hug and hugs you back and says, "Go, go. They beat idlers."
Hop down and skedoodle off.
And you see him going back to work, but now he's working with a bit of a smile on his face, a hopeful one.
So I probably would have gotten done with that and headed back about the time
Yeah.
they came back downstairs.
By now, they come back down. Take an inspiration if you don't have one already. I thoroughly enjoyed that, Beastie. And they're back down, kind of like as you're walking by. I'd say right after you close the door, you hear the footsteps come back over, and they're back in their sofas, now more relaxed, as they were before, in the corners of the arms there.
I'm
They say-
gonna.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm gonna pull the book out of from under my tunic and just pass it over wordlessly to Astos and smile.
Also, I think we need to probably stop here because Helio's got 20 minutes before his next game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
No.
No.
So my game is bi-weekly. So I only do my
Oh.
games on my days off. I eventually have to go back to work sometime, but it's pretty flexible. So I can go back at midnight and that'll be fine.
Gotcha.
so
So then we'll make this a time check instead. How many people here? Well, is there anybody here that needs to cash out on this time, or would
No,
we like
I'm-
to keep going?
Well,
I'm good. My
Fine.
second game got canceled because they got family shit going on. So.
I do have another game though.
Oh, okay.
I have
Is it in 20 minutes?
No.
Okay. Does anybody need to? So I guess we can keep going, and somebody else can call a shot of when the hard stop is.
Well,
I just need to know what is anyone's hard stop.
I kind of need to go shopping, and I'm getting really hungry.
Okay, so we can end it
Okay.
now.
That's
And,
fair.
yeah,
It's
it's
a fine-
also because it's Sunday in my stupid town. Like Walmart closes at 7 p.m., which is ridiculous.
You're fine.
Oh, God, gross.
Yeah.
That is growth, by the
Yeah.
way. But no, you've got some great progress here. I mean,
Yeah.
you're in the mansion, and you even got a hold of some loot in here. So
Yeah, and I think the plan at the moment, I think, is something about we're gonna, what was it? Open up a window or something.
I've got a
Yep.
great plan. So once everyone's back, and our half-elven friend is down here as well. I'm gonna ask her. Well, essentially, Astos is gonna make a distraction because we're kind of ending the game. I don't want to get into character again. But
Her
I've got a
name's
distraction.
Lydia, by the way.
Lydia. Okay.
Yeah.
She's sworn to carry any burdens.
I actually don't know that reference.
Skyrim.
It's a
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lydia the house Carl, right?
Yeah.
Fuck Lydia. Sorry, I had to let that out. Sorry.
I'm just amused because my boyfriend has recently started playing Skyrim for the first time in his life, and
my
he keeps
God.
going, Lydia, you fucking twat! What are you doing?
Yeah. So anyhow, you've had some very interesting interactions here that, of course, I couldn't predict, but I at least set things up so that I could easily roll with y'all. Hope you enjoyed it. I always ask this: what was good about this game? What